hanging out with us today, and I want to thank Rita and LaDonna and Belinda for putting together this awesome event, and for all those who are in the room. Now, before I get started, I just want to find out, if you're online, you can type it into the chat box, and for those who are here in the room, how many of you actually have a Twitter account? Just raise your hand if you have a Twitter account. And if you're in the chat room, just type it into the chat. Now, if you have a Twitter account, keep your hand up if you haven't logged in the past year, because you can't even remember your password because you haven't been using it. That's most people. And so my goal today is to teach you the secrets, the things that the big brands are doing, the things that they're doing to tweet their way to six figures. And I find that Twitter is probably the most underutilized and misunderstood social media platform. But it's actually the easiest to use, and the one when you want fast results, that's where you want to go. So we're going to talk about that today. So as Belinda said, my name is Keisha Lewis. I'm also known as Keisha Rocks, and I'm an online branding expert. And what I do is I provide internet branding, social media marketing, and training to small businesses. I also provide web development services. I specialize in WordPress websites, which as business owners, we all should be moving towards having a WordPress website. That's a separate conversation for a different day. I also provide webinar support. Webinars are a great way to expand your territory and to make more in 1 hour than most people make in 1 month. So I teach business owners how to do that. I'm also an online event producer. So if you're looking to have a summit or a webinar or even a full-blown conference online, I'm your girl. In fact, I'll tell you a little more about an online conference that I'm in the process of planning now, later in the presentation. And I also help you automate your business, and my goal is to help you make your small business look big. Now, before we get started, I just want to see who we have here with us today. Now, I want to ask you a few questions to make sure we're all on the same page. How many of you would like to reach an audience the size of those who watch those Super Bowl ads, but without the budget, to share your product, your service, your mission? All right, so we're on the same page. If you're online, if you're with me in the chat box, just say, I'm with you, I'm with you. Now, how many of you would like to have an unpaid marketing team working for you around the clock, and you don't have to pay any salary? If that's you, now would you believe that I'm going to tell you how to do that today in the time that I have today? You're going to leave here with your own marketing team working for you. Now, how many of you, when you saw the title of the presentation and you saw tweet your way to six figures, that's a gimmick. That's not true. You can't do that. I know some of you are in here, you're thinking that and online. If that's you, say, I don't believe you. I'm going to show you a couple examples. Now, are there any authors here or any aspiring authors? Now, how many of you are self-published? How many? Working on it. Okay. Now, let me tell you how you can tweet your way to six figures. If you would like to have a major publisher publish your work and approach you with an advance check of six figures, it happens all the time through the power of Twitter. There are cases where I can show you there are some authors who didn't even approach the publisher. The publisher found them via Twitter, liked their content, and approached them and gave them a book deal and wrote them that six-figure advance check. In fact, before you can even talk to a publisher, they're going to go look at your Twitter account and see that you even have a following, that you have a tribe. Because if you don't have any social proof, if there's no one out there following you, no one interested in what it is that you're talking about, you're not going to get that big six-figure book deal from the publisher anyway. So if you are an author, you need to spend a lot of time on building your Twitter following. Now, any speakers out here? We all should be raising our hands. Because if you're a business owner, you have to be a speaker. Speaking is a great way to brand yourself, position yourself as an expert, and to let people know about your products, your services, and your mission. Now, to tweak your way to six figures through speaking engagements, all you need is that one person sitting in the audience who has that six-figure contract for you. Now, the problem with speakers or those who like to get into speaking is that they're usually sitting back, waiting for their next speaking engagement, waiting for someone to invite them onto a stage. I'm going to show you at the end of this presentation how you're going to be able to use Twitter to find your next speaking engagement. In fact, the last time I taught this presentation, I actually taught the secret at the beginning. So someone, while I was teaching, went on to Twitter and during the presentation booked a speaking engagement. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. You still don't believe me, do you? I see you like, I don't believe it. So I'm going to show you that today. Now, before we get started, we're going to play a little game. I can read minds. And I'm reading your mind right now. You're this person. And you're sitting here saying, here I am in another social media presentation. Somebody else telling me that I need to use Twitter. But guess what? I don't get it. I don't understand what all of the hype is about. Tweet, retweet, what in the world does that mean? How many of you are this person? You just don't get it. Then you're thinking, well, even if I got it and I understood it, I don't have enough time. I have a business to run, an organization to run, products to sell. I don't have enough time to add anything else on my plate. Then you might be the person who's saying, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be tweeting about. What in the world am I supposed to be talking about on Twitter? So I'm going to address that today as well. Even if you knew what to talk about, you don't have anyone to talk to. You don't have any followers, and I can see it on your face. You're like, that's me. How does she know? And finally, the big one. Even if none of this was true, guess what? I'm not making any money from it, so it's not worth my time. So I'm going to help you today learn how to use Twitter to make some money. So these are the things we're going to talk about today in the time that I have. First, we're going to talk about Twitter and what exactly is it so that you can get it. Then we're going to talk about who's using it and the purpose. Why are people using this thing all day, every day? And then finally, I'm going to give you some real tips, real things that you can do to begin to generate profits right now. So let's just stop and think. What exactly is Twitter? What is this tool? I'm going to give you an easy frame of reference. Imagine yourself walking into the world's largest networking event. So imagine if you walked into the convention center and you walked into this big room and there were over 500 million people at this event. So when you attend networking events, you typically have some strategies in place to work the room. So definitely if you're walking into the world's largest networking event, you're going to have some strategies in place. Now, when you go to networking events, what's the most what's the activity that goes on from beginning to end? You probably do it 100 times when you're at the event. Shake hands. Shake hands. So I'm going to tell you today how you're going to shake hands using Twitter. I heard someone say hand out business cards. I'm going to tell you how you can hand out your business cards at this networking event using Twitter. So after you shake hands and you hand out your business card, you usually say something. What is that thing that you say, that thing that you practice in the mirror before you go to the networking event? What is that called? Your commercial or your elevator pitch or your elevator speech. So I'm going to show you how to set up your elevator pitch or speech on Twitter as well. Now let's just talk, what is a tweet? A tweet is how you communicate on Twitter. And it's just a short message. You only have 140 characters to get your message across. So it has to be clear, it has to be concise, and it's quick. The reason that people really like Twitter is because it doesn't require a lot of time, because it moves fast and it's quick. It's on your mobile device, which we're going to talk about shortly, so it goes everywhere that you go. So you have to be sure that when you are coming and thinking about what you should be tweeting, it should be clear, it should be concise, and it should be quick. And I don't know if you all can see the screenshot here, but I actually have an example tweet here. So this is something that I tweeted out last night, and I said, I'll be presenting at the Social Media Live Summit tomorrow at 11:30 Eastern Time. Sign up to receive the link to watch, and then I have a link. And so this message here is under 140 characters. In fact, I had 2 extra spaces that I could have used. So when you're tweeting, it counts your characters. And once you go over 140, you're going to see a negative. And it's not going to let you send a message until you trim that message down. So this is a tweet. This is how you communicate. So let's go back and let's think about the world's largest networking event. So when you're at the networking event, there are going to be 500 million people there, and they're going to be having conversations. Some people over here, some over there, some over there. Where the way that they're going to communicate is via tweet. So they're going to be talking in 140 character sound bites. That's it. So it's your goal in this networking event to identify people who are having conversations that indicate that they have a problem that you can help them solve for profit. Because we're all in business to solve problem for profit, right? So the strategies that I'm going to teach you today are going to allow you to find those conversations, thus find business, thus tweet your way to six figures. So let's talk a little bit about who's using Twitter. Again, over 500 million active users log on to this account, this service each day. The average age of a Twitter user is 37 years old. In fact, 76% are between the ages of 25 and 65. So I don't want you to fall into the misconception that, oh, only high schoolers are using Twitter or only college students are using Twitter. Not true. How many of you have a target audience that falls within this age range? Probably most everybody in here and everyone watching online. Now, Mr. Newsom, he said something that I totally agree with, and one thing that I know that's true is that when looking at the other social media platforms, Twitter has the highest minority usage. So if you have a target audience and you are targeting minorities, this is where they're hanging out. This is where you need to be. And in fact, when you think about the minority groups, the highest usage is among African American and then Hispanic. Okay, so this is where they're hanging out. Now, something else that he said that I totally agree with is that over half of the people who are using Twitter on a regular basis are using it from their mobile phone. That's important. That's key because you know your mobile phone is your most personal device. It goes everywhere that you go. So that if you are regularly tweeting, you are going everywhere that your potential customers are going as well. They don't have to go home in the evening and log on to the computer to join the conversation. They're in the conversation all day. I read an interesting statistic. It says that there are more people in the world with mobile phones than toothbrushes. Okay, so you think about that. Now, another important thing to note about Twitter is that it's becoming very mainstream as text messaging. You now, when you get a new cell phone, all the new cell phones, Twitter is already installed. You don't have to install anything. It's just like text messaging. Imagine if you got your cell phone and you had to install the text messaging app. You don't have to do that. So Twitter is the same way. Twitter is already on your phone. Now here's an example that shows just how mainstream Twitter has become. So this is a real live tweet that was sent, and it says, standing at the altar with @Tracy Page. Well, just a second ago, she became my wife. Gotta go, time to kiss my bride. So Twitter is now even making it down the aisle. It's a part of our everyday life. So you cannot afford to ignore this tool any longer. So let's talk about the purpose of Twitter. And before we start talking about the business purposes and the business secrets and tips and techniques, we need to understand why the everyday person is using this tool. So I'm going to give you some examples. One, Twitter has become the #1 public relations tool in the world. So you don't have to pay a publicist anymore. You can cut out the middleman and use this tool for free because this tool is free, no cost. And we know that the goal of public relations is to get exposure. So typically people will look to be published in a magazine or a press release or get an interview or things like that. You don't have to wait for those opportunities anymore. You're your own publicist and you're going to use PR to get that exposure. So I'm going to share this example with you. This is actually an example, this is a real situation of a young boy. It was in Northern Virginia maybe about a year ago, and he was missing. He was kidnapped. So his family was not really happy with the PR that the authorities were giving to the case. They weren't satisfied with the results. So they decided to launch their own PR campaign to bring this little boy home. And so what they used was a hashtag. How many of you have been on Twitter and you've seen these funny looking keywords that have the pound sign or the number sign in front of them? Those are called hashtags. So let's go back to our example with Twitter being the world's largest networking event. So imagine you walked into the room. Most of the time when you go to these networking events, they have the round tables, and they're either people sitting at the tables or standing up around the tables. Imagine if you could go to each table, and in the middle of the table, you know, sometimes there'll be a number in the middle of the table. Imagine if there was a topic in the middle of the table. So the topic that was standing in the middle of the table, that's what everyone at that table was talking about. So you might go here and somebody's talking about the Social Media Live Summit. You might go here and someone is talking about how to write a business plan. You might go here and someone is talking about how to find Cameron. Those topics are hashtags. So hashtags are just keywords that categorize or group conversations. So they launched a PR campaign where they said, if anyone across the U.S. sees Cameron, please tweet it out, but include our special hashtag, #FindCameron. So you could go to Twitter and follow the conversations of all of the people across the U.S. who tracked him from Virginia to, I believe, Las Vegas. And so they helped bring this young boy home safely. So the authorities were able to track those conversations because every time someone tweeted out, they used the hashtag #FindCameron. So as a business owner, whenever you're having events, whenever you're having promotions, book signings, etc., you need to have your own hashtag that you're using so that you can get more exposure as well. And hashtags are free. You don't have to use anything to start using them. You just put them into your tweet. Make sense? Now here's another example of a hashtag. Now this example, you all remember a couple months ago there was the mall shooting in Africa, and remember all the terrorists went in and all the people were in Africa? Well, this is actually an example of tweets that were published internationally. They were published in newspapers around the world because this is actually someone who was inside the mall and who was hiding and who was tweeting and using the hashtag Westgate Mall. And so you can follow her story from she saw the cop get shot, the person that she was with was missing, she was hiding under the mattress, all the way until she made it home safely. And so these tweets were featured all over the world. She went international just using the hashtag Westgate. The name of the mall was Westgate. Okay? Now, people also use Twitter to find out what's happening in the world right now. Most people will say Facebook is what happened yesterday, but Twitter is what's happening right now. Because remember, tweets are just conversations, and people are tweeting like every millisecond. So whenever anything major happens in the world, you want to go to Twitter to get the most up-to-date information. So you all remember, what was it? Has it been about 2 years ago, we had what we call the big East Coast earthquake. And most of us here, we've never experienced anything like that. So I remember I was sitting in my office and the walls were shaking and stuff was falling off the wall and people were running up and down the hall, gas explosion, a terrorist, nobody knew what was going on. I didn't get up, I didn't call security, I picked up my cell phone and what did I do? I looked at Twitter. And that's how I was able to announce to everyone that it was an earthquake. Because remember, it started in one place and it traveled. So people in other places were already tweeting about it. So whenever anything major is happening in the world, the first place that you should go is to Twitter. Now, I'm going to tell you why. Twitter has become more of a news source than a social media platform. In fact, the news agencies are looking at Twitter to determine what they should be reporting to you. Here's an example. You all remember the Boston Marathon bombing. This is a live video, and I'm not going to show the video, but you can go to YouTube and watch the video. This is Anderson Cooper on CNN holding his mobile phone, reading a tweet from the mayor of Boston that says, "We got him." So that's how he knew to report to you that they had got the suspect. So now there's no more middleman. You don't have to wait for people to share information with you. There's no more filtering if you know how to use Twitter correctly. Now, what does this mean for you? You know, you're hearing about hashtags and the news, but you're in business and you're trying to get customers. So Twitter has become the power lead generation tool for you as a business owner. So you need to have strategies in place where you can use Twitter to identify, like I said, people who have a problem that you can help them solve for profit. Anybody in here ever bought a list of leads? You don't have to do that anymore, ever again. Your lead pool is here and they're all free, and I'm going to show you how to get leads today. Twitter is also your power list building tool. You always hear the statement that the money is in the list, and that's so true. If you're in business and you don't have an email list that you email and communicate with regularly, you might as well say you're not in business. And let me tell you how you can look at it. Think about the number of people on your business email list, and think about the profit that you generated last month. I'm willing to bet that, let's say you have 100 people on your list, you probably only generated about $100 in profit last month. There's a direct correlation. $1, you should be generating $1 per every lead on your email list. So it's very important that you get that number up so that your profits can go up. And that's studies. That's not Keisha Rock's theory. That's actual studies that will tell you that. So Twitter is going to help you build your email list. Now, this is how you need to think of it. Twitter is a database. Facebook is a database. All of these social media platforms are databases. But guess what? You don't have access to any of the contact information. You don't have the email addresses. You don't have the phone numbers. So your goal should be to get people out of Twitter's database and out of Facebook database into your database. And you can do that if you implement some simple strategies using Twitter. Twitter is also the power branding tool. Branding is controlling, and I want you to write this down. Branding is simply controlling what people feel, think, and say about you, your business, your product, your service. Controlling what people feel, think, and say. You can use Twitter to enhance and increase your brand. Here's the secret. If you have a strong brand, people will pay you more money. If you have a weak brand, you're not even going to feel comfortable asking people for more money in the first place. So Twitter can position you to ask for more money for your products and services and actually get it. So do you want to be Kay Jewelers or do you want to be Tiffany's? I want to be Tiffany's because I want the Tiffany, the price tag that comes with Tiffany's. And Twitter can help you do that. So let's talk about some real profit generating strategies, some things that you can do today to be able to see some results. So the first way that you can use Twitter is you can use Twitter to provide customer service. Now we all know that we should be providing great customer service. You know, when people see you provide great customer service, it enhances your brand and people want to do more business with you. So let me show you how most people are using Twitter to provide customer service. So this is a real live tweet that someone sent out, and you'll see my name here. On Twitter, I'm Keisha Rock. So she said, the @ symbol Keisha Rocks. So when someone uses the @ symbol in your name, that means they're either talking to you or they're talking about you on Twitter. So Twitter's going to send you an alert to say someone is talking to you or about you, go check it out. So she said my name, she was talking to me, and she says, I signed up for class, what's up? Basically, she was saying, I signed up for one of your classes, I haven't heard anything, what's the deal? So I went on and I provided great customer service. And I said, Pat, you will receive your email with the login details within 24 hours before the class starts on Monday. So this is how the average person uses Twitter to provide customer service. And that's great, but that's not going to really get you any money. Let me show you how you can get the money. So here's another example. One of the services that I use for my webinars is GoToWebinar. So a couple months ago, I was preparing to host a big webinar, and I was having major issues with the software. So I went on to their website. It took me about 15 minutes on the website to find a phone number. After I found the phone number, I called, and they had me on hold for another 15 minutes. And my webinar was coming up, so this was just unacceptable. So I did what I always do. I took it to Twitter. So I went and I sent out a tweet, and it says, been on hold with @GoToWebinar for 15 minutes, not good. Maybe it's time to find another solution. So you have to know, when I said @GoToWebinar, they instantly received an alert to say someone is talking about you. So this is what happened. A couple seconds later, now I'm still on hold. Oh, @Keisha Rock, sorry about that, maybe I can help. So we exchanged a couple tweets, and they did actually help me out while I was still on hold. But check this out. A couple minutes later, Fusebox is their competitor. They said, @Keisha Rocks, if you're open to looking at another solution, we would love to give you a free account. Let us know. This is called the customer service swoop. This is what you should be doing to make money. People go to Twitter to complain. So you need to be monitoring the accounts of your competitors to see when people are complaining about them, so you can just swoop in and steal them away. Okay? Now, whenever I have an issue, and this is even outside of business, whenever you have an issue with any company, you're going to get better results if you take it to Twitter. American Airlines, they lost my bags for 3 days. calling them on the phone was not getting it. I launched a full-out Twitter campaign. They called me, Miss Lewis, we're sitting here looking at your Twitter file. I had a Twitter file, I had an FBI file, Twitter file. So I got free trips, I got reimbursement for my clothes, I got all types of perks. I even do it for Papa John's Pizza, McDonald's, anybody. I take it to Twitter and I get better results. And I'm telling you, if you do it, you'll get better results. I don't call on the phone anymore, I go here. Because they're paying people to monitor when people are saying things about them. Make sense? Now, you also want to use Twitter, to drive people to your website. How many people have a website? You should all have a website. Now, how many people know that the only people that are visiting your website are you, the neighbor, your dog? All right, so you're going to use Twitter to actually get traffic to your website, and let me show you how. So when we're talking about what you should be tweeting, you don't want to be the person who's always saying, buy this from me, buy that, check this out, download that. You want to be the person that's a resource. So you should know the pain points of the people that you're targeting, and you should always be tweeting out solutions to their pain. So you want to be the resource. So I know that groups that I'm targeting, they always need marketing help. They need marketing advice. So here's a tweet that I sent out. It says, need marketing help? Get free 30-minute marketing coaching session. Only open to 10 people. Click here. And so when they click there, where is it going to take them? To my website. Now, I could have just said, sign up and buy my book for $25. How many people do you think would have gone? Probably none. But this had them coming in droves. So when they came to my website, had a simple form or squeeze page, and I just said, grab your coupon for a free 30-minute Facebook marketing coaching session. Again, limited to 10 participants, and they put in their information. I have just been successful at getting them out of Twitter's database and into my own. Just that simple. Wow. So you need to know what the pain points are, and you need to be tweeting resourceful information. Also, with you tweeting resourceful information, it positions you to be an expert, and we're going to talk about that when we talk about branding. So this is getting them to your website, but not just to your website, out of Twitter's database and into your own. Now let's talk about going viral and what that means. Earlier I asked you how many of you wish that you had an unpaid marketing team working for you around the clock and you didn't have to pay them any salary. When you are successful at doing that, that means that you have gone viral. So I'm going to show you how. So think back to the example when they signed up for the coaching session, they came to my website and they gave me their information and they hit that submit button. Two things happened. One, their information went into my database, and two, I sent them to a thank you page. So let me show you what the thank you page looks like. Basically, thank you for signing up. By the way, tell your friends about this coupon and get this free gift, my Facebook Marketing Secrets book. Now, I didn't write this book. You can buy content. It's called PLR. And I want you to write those letters down. PLR. There are people who are in the content writing business. I'm not in that business. And they write content and they sell it to you to use for $3, $5. I think this book was $2. And I can give it to as many people as I want. I can even put my picture and name on it if I wanted to. I can edit it if I wanted to. But anyway, I say tell your friends about this coupon and claim a free gift. And so they get this book. And so I say you can tell your friends about it on Facebook or on Twitter. And in fact, I've already written what I want them to say. I just claimed one of 10 coupons for a free Facebook marketing coaching session, and I want to share it with you. Click here to grab your coupon because there are only a few left. So when they click here, where is it going to take them? To my website, and then they're going to put their information in, and then they're going to tweet this out. And whenever they tweet this out, remember, they're sharing this with their entire network. So they're marketing for me, and I paid them with a $2 book. And so you don't believe this works? I have pages and pages of these where people market for me whenever I have an event because they want the free perk. Look at this. I mean, I could just scroll down and keep scrolling. This was a webinar that I had a couple weeks ago. And all these people were marketing for me, and I just paid them with the book. So that's how you go viral. That's how you get people out there marketing for you. Now, You also want to use Twitter to strengthen your brand. Who can remember what I said branding is? Branding is controlling what? Feel, think, and say about you and your business. So you want to be Tiffany's and not Kay Jewelers. So you're going to use Twitter to help you get there. So I'll give you one example. If you want people to feel that they can trust you, because it's, what is it? Branding is what?
That's what you
Feel, think, and say. So it's important that people feel that they can trust you, because they need to trust you before they do business with you. If they trust you, they'll pay you more money. So let me show you how you can use Twitter to get people to trust you. You can use a technique that I have that's called Twittermonials. Most of you are familiar with testimonials, right? Well, you just take that concept and you apply it to Twitter, and it's called Twittermonials. So whenever I have an event, whenever I have a workshop, a webinar, at the end, I always ask people to tweet out what they thought about the event. So when they tweet it, I do what? I retweet it. Retweeting is just seeing what someone else has posted. You click the retweet button and then share with my network. So it's more powerful when you're sharing what other people are saying about you than you saying great things about yourself. So let me show you some examples of Twittermonials. This guy, Charlie Brown, said, "At Keisha Rocks really rocked Twitter class tonight." Raphael said, "Breaking news, at Keisha Rocks is one of the greatest social media experts on earth." Rita Moore said, "At Keisha Rocks is an awesome trainer. I will soon be a pro with her guidance." Lisa Givens learned about advanced search capability on Twitter. Great training for finding potential clients. Great training. So I just have people saying all of these wonderful things about me. And whenever they say them, I just share them out with my network so other people can see what others are saying about me. Thus, Twittermonials. Make sense? Simple, easy, right? Now, you also want to use Twitter to get repeats and referrals. By repeats, I mean repeat business. Referrals, I mean other people referring you to their colleagues, their clients. Now, and I know usually when you're a business owner, you're always in the habit of hustling for new customers all the time. But did you know that repeat customers, on their average spend is usually 67% higher than what a new customer would pay? Because they've already done business with you, so they're willing to pay more money. So you need to spend a lot of time on getting and generating repeat business. Now, the way that you do that is you have to stay at the top of their mind. So they may do business with you, and they may not need your services for a month, 2 months, a year. But when they do need you, they shouldn't have to go into the drawer and dig out your business card to try to remember what your name was or your website or your phone number. You should be at the top of their mind. And the way that you do that is you stay in front of them. You stay in front of them. Now, most people, the way that they try to stay at the top of mind is they use emails. Now, you're not going to be able to send but so many emails before people consider you a bugaboo. Okay? So let's say I say that in order to stay at the top of people's minds, you need to interact with them 5 to 10 times per day. You cannot send people 5 to 10 emails per day or they're going to unsubscribe. You cannot call them 5 to 10 times per day or they're going to think you're a stalker. But you can send tweets 5 to 10 times per day. In fact, in order to be effective, you need to be tweeting 5 to 10 times per day. Not per month, not per year, but per day. Now, the way that you get referrals is that even if someone doesn't need your product or service right now, they're out and about in their everyday goings and comings, and they may come across someone who does need someone like you. But if you're not in the front of them, you're not at the top of their mind, they're not going to refer you. So if you're tweeting 5 to 10 times per day, they're like, "Oh, I'm really looking for someone to help me write a business plan." They're like, "Oh, I follow this girl on Twitter and she talks about business plans all the time. Let me give you her Twitter handle." And so to do that, you have to tweet 5 to 10 times per day. Now, you have a business to run. You have a product and service to sell. You don't have time to sit at a computer and send out 5 to 10 messages per day. So what you're going to do is you're going to automate it. There are tools that will do it for you. So I'm going to give you one now. This is a free one. This is a free tool. Hootsuite.com. HOOTSUITE.com. You can use Hootsuite to automate your tweets. It'll tweet for you around the clock. You just put in your content and it'll tweet for you. It'll even, well, I teach my clients how to even let it help you find your content as well. So not only do you not have to do it, but you don't even have to come up with what you're going to say. So Hootsuite.com, and it's a free tool, and you're going to have that running for you tweeting 10 times a day. Now, we are all interested in getting new business, finding new clients. We're all interested in getting more leads that we don't have to pay for. Remember I said that Twitter is your power lead generation tool. So you can use Twitter to attract new clients as well. And in order to understand this next principle, you have to understand what I call the follow back technique. Now you all, anybody in here or online familiar with waltzing? So you know, typically when you waltz, you follow someone and they follow you back. You follow someone and they follow you back. You're going to take that same principle and apply it to Twitter. When you follow someone on Twitter, 9 times out of 10, they're going to follow you back. Follow someone on Twitter, they're going to follow you back. Now remember I said that I was going to teach you how to shake hands on Twitter? When you follow someone on Twitter, remember this is the world's largest networking event. When you follow someone on Twitter, it's simply like extending your hand. When they follow you back, you're shaking hands. It's that simple. Just think of it like that. When you're following someone, you're extending your hand. They follow you back, you're shaking hands. All right, we got the follow back technique. So let's talk about the people that you want to follow. You want to follow your colleagues. You want to follow your clients. You want to follow industry leaders. Because when you follow them, they're going to do what? Follow you back. And once they follow you, they'll start to see your tweets, which is what you want. You want to get the exposure. So you want to be very targeted in the people that you follow. You don't just want to follow random people. You want to follow people like colleagues, clients, industry leaders, etc. But this is level 1. This is what the average person would probably do. And let me show you how you take it up a notch. You want to follow those who are following your competitors and your colleagues. Because who's following who is public information on Twitter. I can go to your account and see all of the people that are following you. So you want to go and find the accounts of your competitors, follow the people who are following them. Because if they're interested in your competitor, then they're interested in what you have to offer as well. So when you follow those people, they're going to do what? Follow you back. And that is what I call Twitter jacking. It's the only jacking that's legal. So you want to go out and you want to Twitter jack your competitors and Twitter jack your colleagues. When I teach this, I have people tweet me all the time and say, guess what, Keisha, I'm doing a little TJing today. They say TJing, that's our code word, okay? So let me show you how it works. So this is a real live Twitter account here, and this is an organization that provides social media marketing services. And they have over 100,000 followers. So I know that people that are following them are small business owners, and they're interested in learning more about social media marketing. Thus, I know they're going to be interested in what I have to offer. So here's what I do. I go to their Twitter account. It's all public information. I click on followers, and it shows me all 118,000 of their followers. So this is what I do. Follow, 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 follow. And 9 times out of 10, those people are going to do what? Follow me back. Okay? Now, you cannot be too aggressive. This is a warning. Warning, warning, warning. You cannot be too aggressive when you're TJing. Because if Twitter sees that you're just going out and you're following all of these people, they're going to think you're a spammer and they're going to slow you down. So I would do like maybe 50 or 100 a day. Okay? So you don't want to be too aggressive. Also, you want to be sure that your ratios are in sync. And by ratio, I mean the number of followers that you have to the number of people that you're following. So you don't want to be the person that's out there following 10,000 people and only 50 have followed you back. Twitter is going to say, something's funny about that. Right, a stalker, and they're going to slow down your account, okay? So you want to be sure that you keep your ratios as close to 1-to-1 as possible. Does that make sense? So again, this is just how you Twitter jack. Get a list of all your competitors, all of your colleagues. If you work in offices with anyone, you just get their Twitter handles, and every week you just spend some time TJing. and instantly your Twitter following is going to go up. But not go up with just random people who are actually interested in what it is that you have to offer. Make sense? Now, think back to the world's largest networking event. You're walking into this room and there are 500 million people here. How are you going to know who you should be talking to? Wouldn't it be great if you could just stand in the middle of the room and just do this and eavesdrop in on all of the conversations and then insert yourself into the ones that people are having that indicate that they need you? So let's say you are a real estate agent and you're looking for people who are relocating to Maryland. So you're standing in the middle of the room and you see someone way over there say, I'm moving to Maryland in 3 months. What are you going to do? You're going to go over there and you're going to do what?
Introduce yourself.
Okay, and how are you going to introduce yourself? What do you do at networking events? Shake hands. How are you going to shake their hand on Twitter? Follow them, yes. And then they're going to follow you back, and then you can enter into the conversation. You got it. So now I'm going to show you how to eavesdrop in to find those conversations on Twitter. So Twitter has a search feature. You can't see it here, but at the top of Twitter, there's something that says search. So what you need to do is you need to spend some time thinking about when people are having a problem that I can solve, how would they express that? What would they say? So here's an example. This can be used for a real estate agent. She's interested in people who are on Twitter right now talking about moving to Maryland. So she's going to go to Twitter search and search for moving to Maryland. And she's going to get thousands of people who are on Twitter right now, not yesterday, not last week, but right now saying moving to Maryland. So here's an example. So this person is talking to, Lauren is talking to Megan. And she says, no, I'm in Pennsylvania and married, but I'm moving to Maryland in a few months. This is what a real estate agent is looking for. So what is she going to do?
Shake hands.
Shake hands, go follow her, and then she can enter into some type of conversation as to how she can help her relocate. So just take a minute and think. If someone was having a conversation on Twitter right now, what might they be saying to indicate that they need you? In the chat, you can chat them out here in the room.
Wish I knew how to do a website.
I need a website. So you would go to Twitter and just search for people saying, I need a website. Exactly. Anybody else?
I'm afraid to get in front of people and talk. I'm afraid of public speaking.
Yes. Yes. So you would just go on Twitter and search for people having conversations about that. Exactly. And so one thing, another example that I want to show you is a lot of people think, well, I have a local business, Twitter really can't help me. So I use this example here. One of my clients is a plumber. And so you would think that plumbers are local businesses, so they have to stay in their area, and Twitter includes people all over the world, so how is he going to use this to find clients? One thing is that you can filter the search results based upon location. That's one. But we need to be thinking above that. As business owners, you need to position yourself to be able to service people no matter where they are. So whatever your product or service is, you need to think of a way to digitize it. So let me tell you what my client does. Yes, he goes out and he makes house calls, but he's also created a DVD set and online videos. So if he sees someone here who this person says Stone Mountain, I need a plumber right away, he's going to shake their hand. He's going to find out what the issue is. He's going to send them a link, and they can go download his video and pay a fee. So as a business owner, you need to be thinking about how you can digitize your business so that you can service other people. And this will let you take full advantage of tools like Twitter. All right? Okay, so I want to give you this tip here. So when you're looking for your next speaking engagement, you're going to go to Twitter and you're going to search for the hashtag #call for speakers. If you go there, you're going to see hundreds of people who are looking for speakers in all areas, looking for speakers at their conferences. So you'll see, I just took this one last night. This one was 6 minutes ago, 1 hour, 3 hours. You'll see it's not even people yesterday or last month. These are people every second who are tweeting, looking for people to speak at their events. So the secret is you're going to go to Twitter, you'll see the search box here, and you're going to just type in hashtag or #call for speakers. It's that simple. So you even need to know in your business what hashtags are important. For instance, if I was a wedding planner, I'm going to go and search every day for people that are tweeting out hashtag I'm engaged, hashtag I said yes, hashtag he proposed. You're going to get clients, hundreds of people tweeting about this like every minute. Make sense? So you need to start to think, what hashtags might my target audience be using? What problems are they having? How might they express that on Twitter? So before I continue, I just want to find out, are there any questions? I can even pull up Twitter and we can just do a little workshop here if you want. Any questions? You said some what? Reading help? Oh, so you need people who need help, their kids need help with reading. Okay. All right. So think about it now. Tell me how they might express that. And you know what? Not even how they might express it. Let's go the other way. Let's not eavesdrop. Let's Twitter jack. Let's Twitter jack on that one. So people who have kids who have reading help, what Twitter accounts might they follow? Who are your competitors?
Kaplan? No.
Kaplan? Yes. What's the other one that begins with an S?
Yeah, Silver.
Yes.
Silver.
So you're going to just go pull up those accounts and start following those parents. And they're going to do what? Follow you back. And then you're going to reach out to them and send them a link to your what? Website where you're offering them something. They're going to give you their information. You're going to give them the item. And then they're going to do what? Go into your database and then what? And then what?
Tell their friend.
Go to work for you. They're going to start marketing for you. So that's the system. That's the system right there. Okay? So let's see. You want to? So I'm going to go here, and let's see if I can find the Twitter account for Kaplan. Might it be Kaplan International? You see it on there?
You don't think Kaplan International? Okay, try
This one?
Yeah, I think so. DeVry University,
That's not it. Let me just go here. So I'm gonna filter so that we can look at people. Okay, I think this might be it. No. You think that's it? That's only 3,000 followers. I don't think so. So I'm gonna take out the Kaplan International. See what that is. Okay, this is for pre-med students, so that's their, I guess, college division. So there are lots of Kaplans. Maybe I'll do Kaplan Education. What's the full name of their company, LaDonna?
They're most known for the study guidance. For where they work.
That's not it.
Kaplan.edu.
Okay, so this is something else you can do. When you don't know a Twitter handle and you come in here and you search, you can't find it, go to their website. Because if they have a good website, and then it should be.
Twitter handle.
Okay, so let's scroll down here and see if we can see their Twitter stuff on here anyway. They don't even have their Twitter handle here. Let me see if I can scroll over. Can we scroll over? Okay. So let's
I just pulled it over, it doesn't show on Twitter, it's not there. How about us,
Okay.
Let me see.
How do you spell it?
S, SYLVAN?
Wait a minute, Capital Twitter page is KA@Kaplan_UNRV.
Oh, my goodness.
What is it?
At Kaplan_UNRV.
Okay, let me take that out. Kaplan underscore,
It's
oh,
the second
there it
one
is,
down.
I see it. All right, so this is the Kaplan Twitter account. So if she wanted to Twitter jack this account, all you have to do is come here where it says followers. You're gonna click on it. You're gonna scroll down, and it's gonna show you all 11,000 of those people. And so you can just go here and you can say, follow. And you're gonna go just about as slow as I'm going because you don't wanna appear to be a spammer. And then 9 times out of 10, they're gonna do what?
Follow you back.
Follow you back. Okay? Now let me show you something else that's like really important. So imagine if you walked into the world's largest networking event, you know that's what Twitter is, and somebody walked through the door and they walked up to you and they tried to shake your hand, which meant they followed you, and then you looked up and you saw that they had a mask on. Is that somebody that you want to shake hands with or even have a conversation with? So here's the problem. When you set up your Twitter account, when you don't take the time to put up a profile picture, Twitter by default gives you the egg head. You all have seen people who have the egg. Having the egg is like walking into the room with a mask on. Imagine if somebody walked in here with an egg sitting on their shoulders. Would you want to talk to them? So you have to, before you start doing any of these things, take the time to put up a nice profile picture because people don't like people who are anonymous on social media. Now, the question I always get is, should I put up a profile picture or should I put up a business logo? It depends. There's no right or wrong. If you are branding yourself, then you're going to put up your picture. If you're branding a company or another entity, then you're going to use a logo. But you're going to get better interaction if you use a person because people like to talk to people. They don't like to talk to logos. So a lot of the big brands, what they're doing is they will have someone in their organization who they deem as the social media contact, and they will use that person's picture, even though they're a big brand with hundreds of thousands of employees, because you get more interaction if there's an actual picture of a person. Okay? All right. Oh, another thing I said that I wanted to show you was the elevator pitch.
Just because you hit following, has it been submitted?
Mm-hmm.
It
It has, yeah. And so Twitter's a little different from Facebook because on Facebook you send friend requests and then someone has to approve the request. By default, Twitter is open. So if you follow someone, you're following them. They don't have to approve it. But you can turn on a setting where your account, your Twitter account is protected, which means that you have to approve people before they follow you. As a business owner, you never want to have a protected account because you want everybody to follow you. You're not tweeting anything that's private. So if you have a protected account, you want to go change that immediately. Let me show you. I might need the mouse. Let me see. Okay, I think it's back. So I talked to you about your elevator pitch. On Twitter, your elevator pitch is simply your Twitter bio. So the first thing they're going to do before they decide whether or not they're going to follow you back is they're going to look at your profile picture to make sure it's not an egghead. Once they see that you're not an egghead, they're going to do what? They're going to go read your Twitter bio. This is your elevator pitch. So if you have a Twitter account and you haven't taken the time to do this, that is why you don't have any followers, because people don't know what it is that you do. You're anonymous. So you want to take the time to fill this section out. And this is your Twitter bio, thus your elevator pitch. So you're going to shake hands, you're going to extend your hand, they're going to come see that you have a face, read your elevator pitch, and then decide whether or not they want to shake hands back with you. Okay? Any other questions? I'm here, I'm open. Any questions? Okay.
When you said that you go to people and Twitter jack,
Mm-hmm.
and I know someone asked about locations, you said that keep it open, but what if she was looking for people who was just in this area that need help with you?
Okay, so, when you look at people's profiles, you can't, well, let me go here. I might not be able to pull it up here because it's not my computer. Twitter does have an advanced search feature where when she goes in and let's say she, eavesdrops to find people who are saying, I need a tutor, right? She could even put in locations and Twitter would search for people who are in those locations, but it's a warning with that. When you create your Twitter account, you can say that you're at any location. So, for instance, I live in Maryland. So I could say I live in Maryland, I live in MD, I live in DMV. So you have to take all of those different iterations into consideration when you're searching. So she could say, find people who are in MD, in Maryland, in DMV, wherever it is. And so you can use the advanced search to filter out those people. There are also tools that are probably really better for that. One tool that I'm going to give you, Tweet Adder. Tweet Adder will help you filter out the locations as well.
Keep typing up. You do that in advance,
Right, okay.
there you
All right, here it is. Okay, so here, if she wanted to eavesdrop, this is where she would type in, we could say, I need a tutor, right? And then if you scroll down, you could put in location here. But remember, it's only going to be based upon what somebody typed in. So, but we know LaDonna is digitizing her business so that she can service people no matter where they are. So that's not going to be a concern.
On your profile page, it has DC metro area. Is that the area you service?
No, I'm international. I service people wherever they are.
Okay, so, just so we're trying to, be open and digitized, so there's no need to put like a service area, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, you don't. You don't have to put a service area.
Unless you
And let me show you actually the formula that you want to use for your bio. So the first, I would say 15 words in your bio should be keywords. Keywords based upon what it is that you do. So you'll see in mine it says online branding specialist, social media and internet marketing expert. Let me see. Scroll over here. Oops. Off the screen. Social media and internet marketing expert, WordPress guru. So the first 15 words should be keywords. Now, if you want to increase your followers, accounts that use words like expert or guru or master, they always instantly have more followers because it's a branding thing. So you want to be sure that you use those kinds of words. Then after your keywords, you want to say what it is that you do. So I say, I'll make your small business look big. And then your last sentence is you're giving them a call to action. You're telling them, now come follow me or come visit my website or whatever it is. So I have my keywords. This is who I am. The second sentence is what I do. And then the third sentence is the call to action. This is what I want you to do. So who I am, what I do, and this is what I want you to do. So that's the formula you want to follow. And I think your bio, you're limited to 160 characters, so you don't have much space. Now, some people, what they're doing is they're actually creating an extended bio. So they might have this in here, and then their last sentence might say, click here to learn more. When you click there, you go to a special web page on their site that just talks about them and the things that they do on Twitter. So these are the types of tweets that I tweet out. This is how often I tweet. These are the people that I reach out to. I mean, some people really take it to the next level. So you could actually have a web page that's designed to extend this area if you wanted to. All right.
Oh, okay, I have a question. All right, so, I'm pretty new to this Twitter thing.
Okay.
And you said you gave out the warnings, be careful before you become spam. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so for me, if I go out there and I follow, or, I follow my competitors and how would I really monitor? Like I click to follow them so they can see what I do. do I just watch it slowly for maybe about, or do I continue to do, like you said, 50 to 100?
Right, and so the way that you keep your ratios in sync is you're gonna wanna use a tool that's gonna say, after 5 days, if people don't follow me back, get rid of them.
Okay.
And so there are tools that will help you. So one that'll help you do that is Tweet Adam. Because you don't wanna be the person that's following 1,000 and you only have 50 people, because Twitter's gonna slow you down and restrict your account. So you wanna get rid of them. If they're not following you back, get rid of them. All right. Any other questions?
Let's say like a company becomes desperate and they start, going and following people, they don't follow them back. Is there only an unrestricted account?
Okay, so the only way, so let me tell you this. That's actually a good question. When you get to the point where you are following 2,000 people, that's the first, I would say, official Twitter threshold. So when you get to when you're following 2,000, Twitter's going to look at your account, and if you don't have something close to 2,000 followers, they're going to restrict your account, and they're only going to let you follow one person per day until you either get rid of some of those people in the 2,000 or you get 2,000 followers. So you have to get your ratios in sync in order to lift the restriction. So I have people come to me all the time, why can I only follow one person a day? And it's because they've reached that 2,000, but they might only have 500 followers. And so they have to get it in sync before they lift the restriction.
Isn't that except with a public figure?
You have to go through like different application like for instance, remember that example that I showed you all where the company that I was Twitter jacking? You saw that they were only following 6 people because they went through a process to get a verified account and things like that. But for us, regular people, then those are the restrictions that we have to deal with. Now, if you're too aggressive, they'll just totally delete your account. So you don't want to be that person. All right.
How did you learn all this?
Studying, trial and error.
This is exciting, right?
Keisha rocks.
Keisha rocks, yes.
The PowerPoint, or just one more thing.
Pull up the PowerPoint, I should be able to do that.
I'll go back to.
Go back to what, did I push the wrong thing?
Excuse me, excuse me.
Mhm.
So, like,
All right, that's the Twitter.
because you have your biography and stuff on there, things are like videos up there to show.
Yeah,
what you
yes,
do?
on Twitter you can tweet words, you can tweet photos, you can tweet videos. In fact, Twitter even has a new application, its own video application now called Vine. So you want to look that up, where you can record really short videos from your mobile phone and then tweet them out.
What's that called, Vine?
Vine. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so maybe you can use Talk Fusion for that.
So, what I want to do is I want to tell you about some upcoming events that I have. One, if anybody's interested in learning more about Twitter, I actually have a 5-day, and this is free, a 5-day e-class. So for 5 days, you're going to receive an email with a video that gives you 1 or 2 techniques that you can use to get more business with Twitter. So I'm going to tell you how to sign up. For those who are ready to really take it to the next level, I also offer social media coaching, and this is a weekly group coaching program. We meet on Sundays at 7, and we meet for 30 minutes, and it's designed to give you 1 tip or 1 technique that you can implement during the week. And that program, we cover all of the major social media platforms. In fact, right now we're covering LinkedIn, because a lot of people don't know how to use LinkedIn. And I also, you all heard me earlier talk about webinars, and I'm an online event producer. I'm actually in the process of planning a huge online business conference. It's going to be totally online. The speakers are going to be all over the U.S. The participants are going to be all over the U.S., and it's going to all be live. And that's called the Big Business Conference. So if you want any information about any of those things, I want you to pull out your cell phone. Pull out your cell phone right now. And I want you to text the word STAR to 240-241-7774. And you're going to receive a text message, and then you'll be able to give me your information so that we can connect. And STAR stands for Strategies That Achieve Results, because you are all rock stars.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Ms. Keisha,
think it's one more
Do
question.
we have one more
Uh-huh.
question?
So what if you're on Twitter and you have business that are, what if you're on Twitter and you're a big business, big company, and you have businesses branching off of you?
So, if you have, you mean like subsidiaries that branch off of you? Some big companies, they have different Twitter accounts. Most big companies have different Twitter accounts for different subsidiaries, depending upon how they're marketing their business. So that's okay, because you can have multiple Twitter accounts for a company, but each Twitter account has to be associated with a different email address. So as long as you have multiple email addresses, you can have multiple Twitter accounts.
Keisha Lewis, you proved it to us. You rock.
Yeah, she rocks.
I have learned more about Twitter in the last few minutes than I ever knew. And I intend to use it. And everybody out here is excited. You got everybody's attention. Even these young people are
Yes.
excited about it.
Yes, yes.
So I think you're never too old to tweet.
Right. And actually for parents, I want you to be sure that you tweet in, because in about 2 weeks, I'm going to be hosting a webinar for parents, and it's going to cover how to keep your children safe on social media. So you definitely want to tweet in for that.
If they have any further questions, this is
Nope. If they have
Okay.
any further questions, now that number that I gave you earlier, that was just a number to tweet in to get on, to text in to get on the list. But if you want to talk or connect, you can give me a call at 240-245-ROCK, and that's 240-245-7625, or you can email me at Keisha@KeishaRocks.com. The website, the new website is going to launch on next Sunday, so you can also go to KeishaRocks.com on next Sunday to see the new website.
Thank you so much.
Did you come down this morning from Maryland?
Yes,
Rita,
I
the
know.
influence you had.
I'm so glad you
Rita,
came too.
Rita and LaDonna are some of my Rockettes. I have Rockettes.
I learned everything I know about social media from her and some of her friends.
Wow.
I'm glad you came. And
Thank
we're
you
going
for
to do
having
this
me.
again and have her come back. And aren't you going to hang around for a little while?
Yes, yeah, I'll be
Okay,
here.
so she might come back with some more tips. So don't go away. All right, so now it's time for another word from our sponsors. Unless do you have anything else you need?
No.
Of our sponsor.
Okay, so a word from our sponsors while we set up for the next speaker, who I believe is going to Skype in. So we need to get that straightened out. And so let's see, I'll put on a commercial, and then I'll put on another motivational video. And we'll be right back. Okay.
Thanks again.
Thank you
That's
for
great.
having me.
Around the world with our premium quality video conferencing. Save yourself time, travel, and money. Turn a regular meeting into a live international event. TalkFusion's live broadcasting lets you do live presentations anytime, anywhere in the world with an unlimited audience. You can even record your live event for future use and provide your guests with 24/7 access. Join the next evolution in social and business networking. Post your video to our Fusion wall and share your thoughts or product with the world. Use Video Share to instantly send any video message to every one of your friends or followers on over 200 social networking sites. One click and you're everywhere. Tell the world about your product or service, communicate with family, or just voice your opinion by posting a vibrant video blog. Why write what you're thinking when you can easily speak your mind? Looking to boost your business? TalkFusion can turn your website visitors into revenue-producing customers. Automatically capture more business leads with our e-subscription form. Easily create and post an auto lead capture form. Let people subscribe to your website, receive a free offer, or get sales information. We all know it takes more than one contact to turn a prospect into a customer. Now you can automatically follow up with prospects or send them a series of targeted video messages. Put our video autoresponders to work for you and easily send out video messages at intervals you decide. Think of it as having a dedicated sales team working for you 24 hours a day. Whether you're looking for great video products to enhance your personal and business communications, or a great business opportunity to supplement your income, or both, TalkFusion can change your life. Put the power and convenience of TalkFusion to work for you today. Only TalkFusion offers so much for so little. 8 cutting-edge products in one package, all for an amazing value. Video email, video conferencing, live broadcasting, Fusion Wall, video share, video blog, e-subscription forms, and video autoresponders. Add a new dimension to your business communication. Stay in touch with friends and family. TalkFusion easily lets you do it all. No more boring black and white text emails. In less than 60 seconds, you can send a vibrant video email to anyone, anywhere in the world. Pick your template. Upload your video. Click send. It's that simple. Choose from over 400 beautiful pre-designed templates created for both business and personal use and available in multiple languages. Collaborate at a moment's notice. Teach, train, and meet face-to-face with colleagues, partners, and customers around the world with our premium quality video conferencing. Save yourself time, travel, and money. Turn a regular meeting into a live international event. TalkFusion's live broadcasting lets you do live presentations anytime, anywhere in the world with an unlimited audience. You can even record your live event for future use and provide your guests with 24/7 access. Join the next evolution in social and business networking. Post your video to our Fusion Wall and share your thoughts or product with the world. Use Video Share to instantly send any video message to every one of your friends or followers on over 200 social networking sites. One click and you're everywhere. Tell the world about your product or service. Communicate with family or just voice your opinion by posting a vibrant video blog. Why write what you're thinking when you can easily speak your mind?
Sending out my personal invitation.
Looking to boost your business? TalkFusion can turn your website visitors into revenue-producing customers. Automatically capture more business leads with our e-subscription form. Easily create and post an auto lead capture form. Let people subscribe to your website, receive a free offer, or get sales information. We all know it takes more than one contact to turn a prospect into a customer. Now you can automatically follow up with prospects or send them a series of targeted video messages. Put our video autoresponders to work for you and easily send out video messages at intervals you decide. Think of it as having a dedicated sales team working for you 24 hours a day. Whether you're looking for great video products to enhance your personal and business communications, or a great business opportunity to supplement your income, or both, TalkFusion can change your life. Put the power and convenience of TalkFusion to work for you today. Only TalkFusion offers so much for so little. 8 cutting-edge products in one package, all for an amazing value. Video email, video conferencing, live broadcasting, Fusion Wall, video share, video blog, e-subscription forms, and video autoresponders. Add a new dimension to your business communication. Stay in touch with friends and family. TalkFusion easily lets you do it all. No more boring black and white text emails. In less than 60 seconds, you can send a vibrant video email to anyone, anywhere in the world. Pick your template. Upload your video. Click send. It's that simple. Choose from over 400 beautiful pre-designed templates created for both business and personal use and available in multiple languages. Collaborate at a moment's notice. Teach, train, and meet face-to-face with colleagues, partners, and customers around the world with our premium quality video conferencing. Save yourself time, travel, and money. Turn a regular meeting into a live international event. TalkFusion's live broadcasting lets you do live presentations anytime, anywhere in the world with an unlimited audience. You can even record your live event for future use and provide your guests with 24/7 access. Join the next evolution in social and business networking. Post your video to our Fusion wall and share your thoughts or product with the world. Use Video Share to instantly send any video message to every one of your friends or followers on over 200 social networking sites. One click and you're everywhere. Tell the world about your product or service, communicate with family, or just voice your opinion by posting a vibrant video blog. Why write what you're thinking when you can easily speak your mind?
Sending out my personal invitation.
Looking to boost your business? TalkFusion can turn your website visitors into revenue-producing customers. Automatically capture more business leads with our e-subscription form. Easily create and post an auto lead capture form. Let people subscribe to your website, receive a free offer, or get sales information. We all know it takes more than one contact to turn a prospect into a customer. Now you can automatically follow up with prospects or send them a series of targeted video messages. Put our video autoresponders to work for you and easily send out video messages at intervals you decide. Think of it as having a dedicated sales team working for you 24 hours a day. Whether you're looking for great video products to enhance your personal and business communications, or a great business opportunity to supplement your income, or both, TalkFusion can change your life. Put the power and convenience of TalkFusion to work for you today. TalkFusion. Only TalkFusion offers so much for so little. 8 cutting-edge products in one package, all for an amazing value. Video email, video conferencing, live broadcasting, Fusion Wall, Video Share, Video Blog, e-subscription forms, and video autoresponders. Add a new dimension to your business communication. Stay in touch with friends and family. TalkFusion easily lets you do it all. No more boring black and white text emails. In less than 60 seconds, you can send a vibrant video email to anyone, anywhere in the world. Pick your template. Upload your video. Click send. It's that simple. Choose from over 400 beautiful pre-designed templates created for both.
Okay. Hi, James. Okay, I'm back. We're back, and we have our next speaker on Skype. He's prepared to speak to you. His name is James Jordan. Let me just give you a small explanation, a small description, a short description of James. He's a coach and a mentor. Now it says coach and mentor who loves helping people and loves making money while sleeping. Okay, do we want to know more about that? Okay, it's great. Anyway, he said that he would love to connect and learn more about all of us. So let's mastermind and see how we can collaborate and create our next success step towards life, our next success in life. I'm reading, okay, I'm reading. I'm really excited. And so I'm going to introduce, or I've just introduced, and I'm going to welcome James Jordan, who's on Skype, and he's going to talk to you. Go ahead, James.
Hey, well, thank you for having me on. First and foremost, I love the power of social media, and that's what I'm going to be sharing about today, because I literally did not know about this event until yesterday afternoon. And through the power of Facebook, through the power of the internet, through the power of networking and connecting with people, I was able to become a guest speaker at this event. So, I feel humbled, I feel blessed, and, I just want to use that as a testimonial to you guys that are watching via, the live stream or there in the actual audience, that the power of social media is absolutely powerful as long as you take advantage of it. because I'm a shining example of that. You know, I'm a 25-year-old father of 3 who, you know, loves to work from home, loves to make money while I'm sleeping, and I do my best to create systems and have automation in my business. And that's what it is that I'm going to be sharing and speaking with you guys about, because I know you're getting a lot of value today. And of course, you're seeing a lot of different presentations from different speakers on these events. But what I really want to talk about is at the core of how you can use and leverage social media, and also the platform of mobile communication right now in today's age, because everyone has a Facebook account, number one, and number two, everyone has a cell phone. So if you have the ability to leverage both of those platforms amongst the other websites like Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Google Plus, and all of these different social atmospheres and social networks, I just want to emphasize to you that it's literally at your fingertips, and you have no excuses whether you have a marketing budget or whether you don't. I can tell you right now, I've been marketing online for about 6 years now, and I use paid advertising. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that paid advertising doesn't work, but there's a lot of free different marketing strategies that you can use and leverage even if you have a small budget. And even if you have no budget, you can do all these things for yourself. My typical work day is probably anywhere between 1 to 2 hours a day, and then I also have different points of leverage in my business that I'm going to break down over the course of the amount of time that I have to speak with you guys, that I use and point out, so that I typically don't even have to work for the most part. So what I wanted to tie in and talk about is the power of really building relationships on Facebook. I know there's a lot of different websites, and here's what I love and hate about Facebook. You know, everyone has an account, right? And we all, without even thinking twice, give up information that's very vital to us, like things that we like, places that we attend, where we're currently at, you know, our friends, our relatives, anything that we like or love, we share on Facebook, right? And here's the thing, as a marketer, this makes your prospects top liver to you, because they basically give you everything that you need in order to go out and market and promote different products, services, and offers to them. They tell you exactly what it is that they like. They tell you why they like it, and they constantly talk about it all the time. And you can take advantage of that. Like, for example, I have about 4,000 friends right now on Facebook. I've connected with so many different people over the course of my time over the internet. And by connecting with LaDonna yesterday, I'm here speaking with you, sharing some value with you guys about how you can leverage a website, for example, like Facebook. There's tons of different ways. You can have a fan page. If you currently have a business online and you don't have a Facebook fan page, you need to get one. So for those of you that are in attendance, for those of you that are watching via the webcast, the live stream, you should get a pen and a piece of paper and jot down this information, because right now, currently, what I do is, you know, I have coaching clients, and I also market a bunch of different affiliate programs that I use and leverage. I tell my $500 per hour coaching clients the same type of information, and you're getting at a skill you're getting today. So I want you to know and understand these are proven techniques that I've used over the course of the past 5-6 years that's allowed me to stay at home, be a full-time dad, spend time with my kids, and have the type of freedom and abundance that I've always sought for myself in my life. So I know I've been sitting here talking about what it is that I do and how I do it, and I want to break down a couple of core concepts and strategies that you can use by leveraging Facebook. And just off of this one site alone, you can go out and build your business and scale it to the level that you want. Now, there's tons of ways to do it on Facebook. Like I said, there's the free strategies and there's the paid strategies. What it is that I'm going to emphasize to you today are the free strategies, because here's the thing, even if you have money to market, I'm going to show you how you can use and leverage the free strategies by outsourcing, right? And even if you don't have money to market your business, but you have a dream, you have a goal, these insights, these tips, these strategies that I'm going to be giving to you today, you can literally go out and scale and build a business, go out and get free traffic towards your websites, free leads, and end up getting free sales for different services that you often promote. I've gotten coaching clients from the information that I'm going to share with you. I've gotten people to sign up in my network marketing businesses over the course of the last 5 or 6 years using these very strategies that I'm going to be sharing with you. And I have also gotten, to promote my own products that I've created, also join my different affiliate programs or purchase different affiliate products that I've marketed over the course of these last 5-6 years over the internet. So I want you to know and understand that everything that I'm sharing with you, I have personally done myself. This isn't something that's read in the book. This isn't something that I, researched and just decided to put together a presentation. This is real core stuff that I've been using in my business. It's the reason why I wanted to come to this webcast and this live stream and share with you off the cuff with no scripts, no presentations, no PowerPoints, no nothing, because I wanted to emphasize to you that this is core. This is core coming from James Gordon, in that if you simply take these techniques and apply them over the course of the next 6 months, next 12 months, and beyond, these core strategies will be viable in your business. It will produce revenue in your business for the course of time, as long as you are consistent with what it is that I'm going to be sharing with you today. So number one, for those of you that are paying very attention to what it is that I'm sharing right now, I want you to write this down. That's the Facebook Open Graph search, okay? If you don't have this ability on your Facebook right now, you should go out and get it immediately. There should be an option somewhere along your Facebook account where you can actually add this to your Facebook account, especially if you're in the U.S. It's available to everyone inside the United States right now. And what it allows you to do is it allows you to make super targeted options for people on Facebook. So, for example, if I was marketing a product, right, for people who love to garden, I can actually go out on my Facebook account, right, and type in food gardening, and it will show up different people who like gardening, whether they're my friends or not, and I can go out, build a relationship with them by adding them as a friend, or pulling up their account, looking at their account, seeing how I can get in communication with them, and forward them over to my feed, for example. So the graph search in itself can allow you to go out and get hundreds of prospects every single day, super targeted, targeted in your business, every single day at the drop of a hat, without spending any money whatsoever. Now, if you're someone who says, James, I don't have a lot of time, I only have about 30 minutes a day marketing my business because I have a family, I have a full-time job, and I'm also sitting here trying to do business. Hey, I understand that. You can easily outsource this stuff. I actually outsource it myself because, like most of you, I don't working, right? We as entrepreneurs, we want freedom. Well, I do my best to create as much leverage as I can in my business, and that's why I only apply about 60 to 120 minutes a day to working in my business, and I typically work for between 4 to 5 days a week. So imagine that. Now, if you had the ability to work 10 hours a week and still produce full-time income from home actually, I could be at a Starbucks, I could be on my cell phone, I could be in Istanbul, I could be anywhere in the world as long as I have an internet connection, either a device or a laptop. I have the ability to go out and create content that I can share via Facebook to people who are interested and I'm actually interested in sharing. Open Graphs, the on Facebook itself, so that you can connect as many people as you possibly can on a daily basis. There's no limit to how many people that you connect with. Now, the one thing I will tell you that you probably want to limit it to making 100, 200 requests a day. Whether you're doing that yourself or outsourcing it, either way, because you don't want Facebook to get a hit at what it is that you're doing, because you're building relationships with people, and you're also not doing anything. As you know, Facebook really emphasizes its paid marketing, and it's something that I recommend you that are paying attention to the video, just not starting out unless you have a. But if you're someone who wants to get dirty right now, right away, and generate leads, I recommend Open Graph. What it's allowed me to do is build a relationship with people at light speed and not have to spend time to do it, and leveraging my time or my money, very low cost outsourcers I use in such as the Philippines. The reason why I recommend that we use someone in the Philippines is because, one, they taught English language in the 6th grade. Okay? So if you're someone who wants to be able to speak and talk with a virtual assistant, your work.
James, can you hear us?
Yes. Well,
Okay, I'm going to ask you to slow down a little bit because we're not getting everything you're saying. So I think what you need to do is just slow down a little bit. It's good information, but we want to hear it all.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, back to what I was talking about when it comes to outsourcing, okay? Outsourcing is a very, very vital part of my business because, like I said, I don't like working. I know how to market on the internet. I know how to create traffic. But once you know how to do it, you've done it for a while, you tend to want to outsource it as much as possible. Like I said, I love spending time with my children. I love spending time with things that I love to do. And I'm not a marketer. It's simply what I do. So I outsource everything that I possibly can that doesn't require me to actually put in time towards it. And what that's allowed me to do, create the time freedom that I've always wanted for myself in order to go use revenue, make money, even while working less. So the website that I would recommend to you, in order to have quality outsourcers you can find for those costs, I've spent anywhere between 25 cents to 50 cents an hour to have people working for me. So even if you sit here and tell me things, I don't have a lot of money, I barely have $50 extra to share, guess what? You can have someone working anywhere between 10 to 3 hours a week for less than $20. So yeah, I just totally shattered any excuses that you had talking about you don't have an ability to hire someone else to do some work for you. I'm sure you can find some, you can look inside your sofa and grab some nickels, grab some time, grab some quarters. I'm sure you have a couple dollars here and there to add up to be able to have someone go out and find these quality prospects for you. And all of this information is Google Open Graph Search. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to go buy a product. Easily find this information just by Google. Watching a YouTube video so you fully understand it, right? Because this is the same thing that I do with team members on my affiliate program, marketing company, and even coaching clients. The fastest way to go out and learn something is to go out and experience it yourself. And yes, there are people that have specialized information with deeper knowledge on a subject, but if you're looking for something quick, you can go in right away, start to understand it a little bit, and then get your feet wet, which is ultimately going to give you experience that you're looking for. Just simply Google Open Graph Search on Facebook. That way you can get a clear understanding of exactly how to use this free tool that Facebook has given every single one of its members in the US right now currently, that you can use it and leverage it every single day in your business. Like I said, I've gotten coaching clients at my network marketing teams from this particular strategy, and I also purchase affiliate products and tools I use as well. One more tool that I would recommend for you guys that are paying attention right now is a tool called Social Lead Freak. Now, what this tool allows you to do is it allows you to pull Facebook user IDs from groups, fan pages, right? So if you want to be able to email to a whole bunch of targeted prospects in your niche, okay, towards your fan, towards your Facebook account, right? I highly recommend this tool because what it allows you to do is it allows you to be super targeted. And for those that are ready to go out and start doing some paid advertising, this tool is a really powerful tool for you because I've used it in my paid advertising ads on Facebook. It drops my cost per click anywhere from 75 cents per click to 30 cents, 6 cents to 5 cents, and 1 cent per. So, like I said, here are uses when it comes to building a business over the internet, especially on Facebook days, because even if you have a couple pennies, you can go out and find super users in order to market your product, market your services, and anything else you feel is valuable to your market. Now, what I want to tie in all of this is the power of communication. Like I said, everyone has Facebook, right? And most of you have a Facebook on your smartphone, or your plug on your computer. You're at home, wherever. Log into it. But the power of communication is having a website or app or blog, for example, designed specifically for mobile communication. It's easy for people that are on their cell phones to view your content, watch your content, share your content with other people on social media platforms. Is something that I recommend. Now, how do you use blogging and Facebook, right? And tie everything together. Well, what is the most social platform that's been around 20 plus years on the internet? It's blogging. People are comfortable with it. They love it. They feel it's very socially interactive way to continue. And there's different websites that you can use. That's right. Your own blog. I can tell you from personal experience, I my own blogs, I house my own blogs, and it can be time consuming because it's a very technical skill that does take time to implement. So what you want to do is you want to be able to have the practice in 15 minutes or less, have a blog set up for you, mobile ready, so that you share your content yourself, hop on a video, be on your blog immediately. You have to pictures and you would write a blog to be profitable in a little time or less. And these are different use and implement in your business. And at the end of my presentation, at the end of that, I'm going to show you how to use another tool quickly in business arsenal every single day to be able and be mobile ready, be able to create content and share content on websites like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and all other social platforms used by. Now, I also want to talk about is creating a brand. You all here been online for a little bit, or any type of research to understand that having is valuable. Here's the thing: you have to be consistent with your method, right? Establish yourself as an expert in your niche. And the only way you do that is by gaining knowledge that you can, and not just knowledge, not just reading a book, but going out and know that by simply exactly brand you in a way that your competition doesn't know how to do. And when you don't understand how to use leverage brand, you're down the road connection. For example, I established the network marketing, the best network I've like 20 years of 25 net. To this day, years later, 5 years down the road, I connect with them. I have folks, and they refer to network. To that, I did that. Did it every go share your content every day. Right? Over the course of 3 days, you don't have to do this for 6. You can just do this for 1 month straight. The video doesn't have to be more than 2 minutes. To for that, but simply create it and sharing it with everyone.
James.
Yes?
Yeah, you're talking a little bit too fast. It's really not coming across well. So, yeah, we're having a few technical difficulties. So you can just, if you could just sum it up, you know, we thank you so much for being here. Just sum it up and talk a little slower. See if we can get it to come through a little better.
Okay, guys. I am so hyped.
Excited, I know.
It is just coming out because I just love sharing this stuff because I've been ingrained in marketing online for years. What I want to do as far as wrapping it up is just telling you that the power of blogging, the power of media syndication, okay, and mobile communication, and Facebook, if you combine all 3 of these, what happens is you explode like gangbusters. When you start to have people share your content on Facebook, which is one of the easiest platforms for other people to share your content, what happens is your brand grows. You start having people reach out to you. I can't tell you how many times I've had people reach out to me and say, hey, James, I've seen your content on Facebook in groups or on your profile, and I want to know more about you, and I want to join you in your business. Where's the sign-up page? Imagine that, having the ability to have people come to you versus you being the hunter. Instead, now in my business, I'm the hunted, and I want to share with you exactly how you can do that. So one of the tools that I recommend is a social media blogging platform called Empower Network, and how you connect with that is you can connect directly with me at www.alpha.summit. Simply go to that website, opt in with your email address, and you can gain access to the tool that I currently use every single day in my business that has created ultimate leverage for me in my business, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, tell us the website address again.
Yes, it's www.alpha.summit.
Wait, after the alpha,
FBPPC.
.com/summit.
And the email address?
You guys can also connect with me on my Facebook fan page, which is facebook.com/DeskNetworker5.
Okay.
Yeah, the easiest way to connect with me personally is Facebook. I can tell you that right now. You'll reach me faster through Facebook than email or anything else.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you so much, James. We really appreciate you coming at last minute. We had an opening, and we were so glad to be able to have you come in and share with the audience. So we really thank you for what you've done, and we'll be calling you again. We hope that many of the people that are listening will be in touch with you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for having me. I greatly appreciate it.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So what we'll do now is one really quick commercial, and then we'll be right back with another person that is going to be Skyped in. So it'll be about 5 minutes, and we'll be right back. Thank you.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Wrote myself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, and I gave myself 5 years, or 3 years maybe, and I dated it Thanksgiving 1995, and I put it in my wallet and I kept it there, and it deteriorated and stuff, but then just before Thanksgiving 1995, I found out that I was going to make $10 million on, I think it was Dumb and Dumber, maybe.
Dumb and Dumber, yeah.
When a seed is planted in the ground, all you can do is water it. You cannot control the sunshine, you cannot control the weather, and you cannot control whether the locusts will come and try and destroy it. All you can do is plant your seed in the ground, water it, and believe. That is what allowed me to be in this position right now. I would not stop believing.
if you believe in what you're doing, many people will tell you, why you're mistaken, why it'll never work. But if you really believe passionately in what you're doing, just keep going, keep pushing on, and then if you don't succeed, pick yourself up and try again, and ultimately, if you're that determined, you will succeed in life.
This is a major opportunity. This is a major lifetime event for you. In all of the years that I've been doing this, only one person has quit, left. I've been amazed that there's only been one person, because some
We're back. And we have with us,
Go ahead.
by way of audio, Tanya Hoffman, who is the CEO and founder of the Public Speakers Association. I've heard a lot about your organization through Tony, who was here with us a few weeks ago. And yes. And Rita has had some dealings with your organization. It is her goal to be she is a top-notch public speaker. It's to be more nationally recognized as a public speaker.
Yes, and Tanya will talk to you more about it, but she is the CEO of the Public Speakers Association. And Belinda and I have decided to start a chapter of the Public Speakers Association here in Richmond, Virginia.
Exactly.
We plan to branch that out in January. We are going to get together with Tanya, determine what's the best way to do that, and we're going to be directors of the Richmond chapter of the Public Speakers Association. So we thought it would be a great idea to have the CEO stop by, even if it's just by picture, and talk to us a little bit about the organization, how it got started, and just share with us what her vision is. Yeah, what was it that made her do this? And I know that it's working wonderfully well. So many chapters are branching out all over the place. Tony Harris is a director also, and she's the one that shared it with us. I believe this is going to be something really wonderful for us here in Richmond, Virginia.
And yes, even today, Tanya, we have had such an interesting array of speakers right here on the social media live event network. So
awesome.
All right.
Awesome. Well, and I appreciate y'all having me on. It's been so exciting to get to know Rita and now get to know everybody else. And, it continues to grow the love, right?
How you got started with how this brainchild of yours came to be, and were you a speaker before, or you just saw the need to have a bank of speakers available?
Yeah, so kind of quick history. Back in 2005, because we had a little stint where we kind of went our separate ways in the world of entrepreneurship and had done our own thing, and then we were like, let's do something together again. And I created a statewide networking group in Texas. And the reason I started that realistically was because I knew I wanted to change more lives. And the only way to change more lives is to get out there and speak. But unfortunately, I was such a huge introvert that getting up in front of anybody, more than one person at a time, was just terrifying for me. But I figured if I was going to get up in front of a group every week, I would have to get over it. And sure enough, it helped a lot. Practice is the best, help that anybody can get when they're struggling with speaking. And so I started realizing that I had a voice. I didn't think I had a voice before that. I have a lot of knowledge and a lot of insight. And I started realizing that, the people who I see on stage a lot of times are giving people really antiquated information. or stuff that I could actually do better. So I was like, okay, I've got to get over this speaking issue. So that was kind of my mission in 05 through about 2010. And then I started in about 2010 really ramping it up. I started speaking internationally and nationally. And then I sold my networking organization in 2011 and really took on, the speaking world, doing a lot of coaching, because people are like, how did you get to, be booked nationally? How do you get booked internationally? So I started helping people with the business part of speaking, because you have to have a business nowadays in order to be a speaker. And so I started to do more and more, and then I wanted them to connect to other great speakers, to collaborate, to connect, to find out other speaking opportunities. And I just could not find a great organization that was focused on the business part of speaking. So last January this year, I launched the Public Speakers Association to give people the most up-to-date information about speaking and how to get booked, and how to do back-of-the-room sales, and how to do after follow-up sales, all of the things that people need to know as a speaker. And then also to really help people collaborate and connect and be really proactive with their business, their speaking, everything. It's all kind of accumulated in a nutshell, because for me, speaking is just part of your marketing plan.
Yes. Tanya, we had a speaker a little earlier, a young lady, Keisha Lewis from Maryland, who talked about using Twitter and other kinds of social networks to promote your business. I think that's, it's all, what we see today, that it's all about networking, and there's so many ways that so many avenues that we can use today.
Well, it's really the same adage as, forever. It's really not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
And most people that are struggling because they're staying behind their computer screen and not reaching out. It's about using social media. It's about doing webinars and teleconferences, seminars, actual conferences. It's about getting out there in front of people who want to know who you are.
And you said that you've already sold one business. So what's your vision now for this business?
Well,
the Speakers Association.
When I launched it, I thought it would grow slowly, and now it is literally nationwide. I'm about to sign up 3 lovely people in Canada. I got all the paperwork done for Canada. I've got several people in England who wants to start up England. So I'm in catch-up mode, right?
Wow. Now, each city, each location, they look for the public speakers in their immediate area?
Correct. So it's about figuring out, not just, it's a combination of all kinds of diversity. Too many locations you go to, you walk in and everyone looks like each other. Mm-hmm. And I just can't stand that. And so if you look at my organization as a whole, it has a diverse group of people. We've got every, men, women, every age group, every ethnicity, every religion, gay, straight, it doesn't matter in my world. Okay. Because I believe that everybody has a duty, a real obligation to get in front of people, to get out their message, because I cannot live Rita's life.
Yeah.
I cannot live anybody else's life. And so in order for me to understand where she's coming from, I need to hear from her, right?
Exactly. Yes. We've heard today. I'm sorry, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
And so I was just going to say, it's really about helping people who want to just get into speaking, all the way up to, my friends, and myself that, do $500,000, $1 million plus more a year in the speaking industry.
Wow. Yes, and one of the other things we learned today is that when people are willing to share their testimonies, they share parts of their lives, they expose things that maybe even sometimes, I'm sure the first few times it may have hurt, but it blesses other people so profoundly.
Oh yeah. Well, for me, it was a real struggle because I come from a family, we don't talk about what happens in the family, right?
Right.
And so when I got this concept that I needed to reach out and tell people, it came from an event I was at, and I kept having people like, well, of course you're successful, Tanya, you know, you just have it all right, you know. And I'm like, where do they get this concept from?
Yes, because so many times what you see on stage is a lot of junk behind the appearance of looking good sometimes. I mean, you know.
Yeah. And you really have to figure out, depending on the audience, I mean, I can bring out, you know, from having a speech impediment where, you know, sometimes I have to stop and kind of calibrate my head so people can understand me, all the way to, you know, being robbed and tied up when I was 6 months pregnant. Having cancer, and those aren't even the bad things. So, you know, you know, so we all live a life. It's just life. And once you make people understand that you're amazing, you've got to own how fabulous you are, which is unfortunate that most people do not own how incredible they are. You've got to get your voice out there. You've got to be heard. And then people got to understand that you really are just like they are.
Absolutely. You said a mouthful right there. And we've got a lady back here who's in your amen corner when you said, own how fabulous you are. Yes.
Exactly. That's my keynote presentation is own your fabulousness. I'm actually working on a book right now, and I've got a publisher waiting for me to finish it, and you know how long it takes to write books. So.
Well, we thank you so much. Rita, did you have any other? We'll have a personal conversation with you soon as we get our business started up here.
Yeah.
But Rita, any more questions for
No, not really. I just wanted Tanya to share about the Public Speakers Association and share what it was that motivated her to start that. And she's done that. She's shared that with us, and I'm really glad that you were able to call in and give us this information, Tanya. I really do thank you. And folks, I want you to look forward to the Richmond chapter of the Public Speakers Association, a chapter that Belinda and I will be directors of.
That's right.
That's
coming
right.
in 2014.
That's right. It's coming.
I'm excited.
It reminds me of a song that I heard. It's coming, it's coming. Okay, no, I won't. I won't
We're
sing.
going to have a chance to sing later on.
No, we won't sing. Okay, well, Tanya. Okay, Tanya. Thank you again. Thank you for calling in, all right?
Thank you so much. Can't wait.
Okay.
Bye.
All right, folks, we'll be back in 2 minutes.
People, and sometimes you really suffer. It's very tough.
People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true. And the reason is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up. It's really hard, and you have to do it over a sustained period of time. So if you don't love it, if you're not having fun doing it and you don't really love it, you're going to give up. And that's what happens to most people, actually. If you really look at the ones that ended up, being successful, unquote, in the eyes of society, and the ones that didn't, oftentimes it's the ones that are successful loved what they did so they could persevere when it got really tough. And the ones that didn't love it quit because they're sane, right? Who would want to put up with this stuff if you don't love it? So it's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of worrying constantly. And if you don't love it, you're going to fail.
Make a choice, right? You just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. And then from that point, the universe is going to get out your way.
Because it's only about 1% of people have the ability to really take risks, entrepreneurial risks. 99% of the population can work for a business once it's established. Only 1% have the courage and the ability to actually make the entrepreneurial breakthroughs that create those jobs.
Somebody said to me, what did you learn from your father? And what I learned from my father is that work can make you happy. Really can make you happy. But you have to love what you do.
You're meeting your must, my friends. Maybe it's time to change your must. Some people's must is to survive. Some people's must is to be okay. Some people's must is to have freedom. Some people's must is to have more than they could possibly spend. Some people's must is to take care of everybody around them. Whatever your must is, you're gonna get it. Think how your life would be different if you raised the standard of what you expected from yourself, not your people, yourself, to that level. How things could shift. It's all about changing your shoulds to musts. It's all about going back and saying, this is how it's gonna be.
I have an unfair advantage, you know. I went to war. And at war, I'm alive because other guys died for me. When you see stuff like that, you know, how can I quit? Most guys are just wimps, pussies, cowards. They don't have it.
You know, in the beginning, we went to every single label, and every single label shut their door on us. The genius thing that we did was we didn't give up.
The guy who is willing to hustle the most is going to be the guy that just gets that loose ball.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
We're back, and I thank you all so much for hanging in there with us all day today. We have about 4 more presenters. They're awesome, and I don't want to make the ones that presented earlier seem negative, but you know, we did save the best for last. And we have people who are still hanging around, waiting to come back and speak to us and give us some more advice. Right now, I want to take a minute out to thank a number of people that helped me. Well, I won't thank everyone. I want to thank LaDonna JC because she has really done so much. Yes. It's not over yet, but it's just that she has been here. She has been here and really has worked very hard on this event. I mean, I just really thank you, LaDonna, for all of your work. Now, also, I have to thank Larry Horsey. I have to thank Larry Horsey because this is produced by the Public Speakers. Oh, I'm already talking about the Public Speakers Association. The next one will be presented by the Public Speakers Association. This one is the Public Access Producers Association. And we were planning on doing the taping at the Comcast studios on the Boulevard. But we expected a number of people. We expected a lot of different things to go on where we did not want to have any restrictions, and we needed a new location. And Heroes Academy became available. Larry Horsey owns Heroes Academy, and he has been so gracious. I mean, whatever we have asked him for, he has provided. Ooh, how does that sound? Ooh, he has, I'm gonna sing again. No, okay. No, I won't sing again. But he has done over and above. He's been here fixing all the audios and the videos, and a lot of the things that you've seen today would not have even happened had he not been here. So not only did he provide a location for us, but he's here for us to assist us and help us in everything that we're doing today. Well, this business is what we want to talk to you about now. Behind me, you see the sign, Financial Advice. Larry is going to tell you all about his business called Heroes Academy. Let me just read this short bio. Larry Horsey has been in the financial industry for half of his adult life. He quickly realized that middle-class America does not have a shot to feel the freedom of retirement because their lack of education about the subject and their procrastination about the topic. Of course, we're talking about finance. Maybe I didn't read it that way, but it's finance. He, with the help of several students, built Heroes Academy from scratch. What started out as a dream in his living room is now a 2,400 square foot plus online reality. The school's sole mission is to teach families and companies how to make and save money for freedom and retirement through education and action. He, his wife, and their son call Richmond, Virginia their home, but plan on helping his students to open as many more financial schools across this great company. Did I say company? This great country. See, I have that shows that you're listening. I did that on purpose. But he and his family will make sure that we build many more financial schools across this great country as physically possible. In other words, he plans to reach the masses and teach everyone financial education. Please join me in welcoming up to the stage, this is the stage, Larry Horsey.
All right, how y'all doing? See, this is where I'm comfortable at. This is on Tuesdays when we have our classes, Wednesdays when we have our seminars. This is where I'm comfortable at. There's people that have a lot of blessings in this world, and I think that's how you build a team of people. They have their own blessings. I have no problem sitting in front and talking to one person or 500 people. I enjoy it. So I want to give y'all some financial advice. First of all, go on a little background on what that is. I started out as a financial advisor. I'm still licensed to do that stuff. I absolutely do it all the time. I enjoy it. But I don't, people go, yeah, I'll never be as passionate about finances as you are, Larry. I'm not passionate about finances. You know what I'm passionate about? Naps. Naps are awesome. I mean, you can have one anytime you want. It doesn't matter what time of day. That's what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about milkshakes, okay? If you don't believe me, Rita, we were setting some stuff up yesterday, and I had my milkshake, my large strawberry milk, the entire time. That's what I was passionate about. I didn't care about nothing else but my milkshake at that time. That's what I'm passionate about. See, financial stuff just makes sense. It's just logical information and it makes sense. And here I'm going to give you my entire speech in a couple of words, all right? Here's what I want you to do. Anybody have kids out there? Y'all got kids? Yeah. I want you to do what you would tell your kids to do. Problem solve. The problem is we tell our kids one thing, we do something completely different. You know, don't get into debt. Debt is bad, and we got 15 credit cards and 40 people. Don't do that. Get a house and pay it off as quickly as possible, right? The American dream is owning your own home, not paying for it for the rest of your life. But we pay for it for the rest of your life. You know where the word mortgage came from? It's a French word. It means pay till death. Okay, break it down. It's mortgage, just like mortuary, mortician, mortgage. It's pay till death. The reason it's a 30-year mortgage, you ever wonder why they make it a 30-year mortgage? People used to live 30 years, die, sell it to the next person. See, I make people think logically about finances. We make emotional decisions, not logical decisions about finance, okay? But here's the other thing. Anybody ever been to a financial seminar before? You can be honest with me, because I go to them all the time. Are they boring as anything? I do not want to do an hour-long seminar on a mutual fund, okay? Here's the beta in a mutual fund and how you can have over the last 12 years. Nobody wants to hear that. So we go, I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to completely ignore it because it's not fun. I'm going to completely procrastinate on my finances because I don't have them, right? Yeah, I know I'm the only one that used to do that. Everybody else is on top of their stuff. I'm the only one that procrastinated on my finances. See, here's another story. I did not grow up, knowing I did not grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth, but my life wasn't horrible either. I have a great set of parents. They are wonderful. They've stayed together. They're together today. I don't know why she should leave him a long time ago. I'm just kidding. I have, 2 older sisters, 2 younger brothers. I'm the middle child. That's why I like attention, because they played with each other and wouldn't play with me. So now I need attention. That's why I like being up here. But see, but I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. But what I did learn is that I needed to do better than I was currently doing, because I actually bought the house that I grew up in, the house that I now own. My son, who's 14 now, he grows up in the same bedroom I grew up in. Wow. Probably does some of the same stuff, break stuff around the house, and just like I used to. But I almost lost that house about 10 or so years ago. You know why? I was working 2 and 3 jobs and still didn't know what to do with the money. Anybody have this feeling? You make some money, everything's great. It is absolutely wonderful. What happened to all that money? Because it's not about the money you have coming in, it's what to do with it once you get it.
Yes, sir.
All right? So, I'm going to give y'all some financial advice. All right? Now that I got the ladies' attention. All right? What makes LL Cool J, he's rich, right? What makes LL Cool J rich? Give me the #1 reason that makes him rich.
He's a good actor, a good rapper.
I've seen a lot of people that are good actors. You all know somebody who's a good actor, good rapper, everything, and they can't make any money? Anybody been in a really good restaurant and then it shuts down a couple years later? But it's the best food you ever had, but it shuts down? So anybody really positive person, but they can never accomplish anything? Yeah. I heard somebody say earlier, I love that, the best kept secret. You feel they're the best kept secret in wherever they're at? So, but what's the #1 reason that makes him? His mindset. It's not his money. So here's the other thing. You think you have to have a whole lot of money to be rich. And that is not true at all. You not have to have a lot of money to be rich at all. You're rich once you decide you're going to be rich. Once I decided I was going to be rich and start doing what rich people do, not what poor people do, try to act to be rich. Once I decided to do that, everything became a lot easier. I decided to do what the rich people do. Anybody know somebody, not somebody who pretend, they know they are really, really rich. You know them. Do they have the worst car you've ever seen? They dress like they don't know what they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not trying to impress anybody or anything because they got it. See, there's a lot of people pretending to be rich so they look good in front of their friends and family. So that he decided. Here's what he said. He had an interview. Okay, this is the kind of stuff I like. He did an interview on CNN. I just happened to catch it. Don't ask me why I was watching CNN. I don't even like the guy who was doing the interview. Okay, but the interview asked him, if I could write your tombstone heading now, what would you like it to say? What would you want to be remembered for? His words were, he maximized his potential. Because that is ultimately what we're due to do as human beings, right? The last thing you want to be doing is sitting on your deathbed with your dreams around you saying, what are you taking us with you for?
Wow.
And so many people do that. So many people believe their dreams have deadlines. They don't. It's just a matter of taking your life to the next level. I mean, what is it about it that it's about maximizing your potential? So I'm not asking you to be the richest person in the world. I'm asking you to maximize your potential. And see, there's only one person that knows that, and that's you. That's the person who looks in the mirror every night or every day. You want a really hard thing to do? Stare yourself in the mirror. Look yourself in the eye and say you did everything you possibly could do to maximize your potential that day. Before you even get to the second word, you're like this. Because you can't fool yourself, you can fool everybody else. So that's what makes him rich. He decided to maximize his potential, no matter what it takes. And everybody has a different setting on what maximizes their potential. So the #1 thing that makes you rich is not money. It is your mindset more than anything else. I have people that have they have money, have horrible mindset, and they're broke. Because they got money coming in, goes right back out. You know the money you have coming in? This is their mindset more than anything else. Now, if somebody came to you and they said, I want to teach you everything you need to know about money and being rich and being wealthy and passing on that wealth to your family and your kids and your kids' kids and your kids' kids' kids and your kids' kids' kids, they came to you and they want to give you all that information, would you take it? Would you immediately say, yes, what do I need to do? That is absolutely not true. You would go, I don't know, I don't have any money, I don't let me find every reason in the world. Here's why I say, because we as a society, I love this country, it's the best country in the world. We have freedom. We have freedom to do what we want when we want. Then why are we some of the brokest people in the world? Why are we some of the unhealthiest people in the world? Because we have the freedom to not do what we want either. So people will sit on the couch. I'll go right to a person and say, hey, I'll show you exactly what you need. Here's exactly what you need. I'll spend as much time with you to be able to do it. You know what they do? I'll get to that tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. It's free. I don't know. I don't have time. I don't have money. I don't have any of this stuff. That's what holds them up. So I work on people's mindset more than anything else, because I can say, I've got gold in the next room, and you go, all the way in the next room? I don't know how. That's difficult. So I want to talk to you about 8 decisions for success, because it's the mindset more than anything. I can tell you exactly which mutual fund to put your money in. If you're not going to do it, if you're not going to listen to it, what's the matter? You ever heard somebody, you tell somebody something like 4 or 5 times, and then they finally do it and go, I wish somebody had told me that? And you go, I told you that 4 or 5 times. Why didn't you listen to me then? Because they weren't ready for it. Their mind wasn't open to it.
Wow.
You have to say it at the right time when their mind's open to it. So I work on people's mindset first, then I tell them which mutual fund to put it in. By the way, the secret is don't put it in mutual funds. 8 decisions for success. First of all, take personal responsibility. And a decision is a choice. Every day you have choices. Anybody ever said that to their kids?
Yes.
Okay, by the way, when do we stop becoming kids? Never happens. Every 80-year-old used to be 18. Okay? You want to blow your mind even more? If I asked anybody online or in the room, if you wanted to learn another language, how many of you go, there's no way I can learn another language? I can prove to you you can learn another language in a time frame quicker than you think. You actually learned how to speak English from babbling. Hearing other people say things and going, that makes sense to them. Let me try and figure out how to say this back to them. You used to just flop around, and then you learn to roll, crawl, stand, walk, run. So it's in you. But somewhere along the line, you didn't think it was in you anymore. So you need to take personal responsibility. If you're broke, it's your fault. Nobody else's, not the government, not your sister, not your parents. Nobody else's but your fault. And see what's great about that? Even though it's your fault, it's you have the full responsibility to fix it. I love when people, oh man, I can't do this. I can't learn this stuff. I can't do this because my parents are, well, if you know what the problem is, go fix it. I got a leaky roof. Every time I look around, there's a dripping coming from a ceiling. It's just, fix it. But my couch is wet. Fix the ceiling. So you fix you'll fix the problem.
Yeah.
So that's first of all, you are responsible for everything. If you're born on the wrong side of the tracks, great. You're now self-aware. You know you were born on the wrong side of the tracks. Fix it. Ever seen anybody who's got less than you have and they went further than you? And doesn't it just choke you up? Not us guys, we don't get choked up. Doesn't it choke you up? Doesn't it? You know why? Because he said, if they had less than I did and got further, what's stopping me? You see somebody with, they had they were born in a war-torn area, got, half a foot, 3 arms or whatever, and they own 4 companies. And you in a middle-class society had everything kind of, not given to you, but at least there for you. And you go, I didn't maximize my potential. So here's the second thing. Work on being the best you can be. Who's tired of the government, Democrat, Republican, what? You're just tired of them. I'm tired of all of them, okay? Don't you wish they just go fix the budget problem that they have? I mean, it's just simple, go fix the budget problem, right? They're just doing what you're doing in your household. You ain't fix your budget problem, why you expect them to fix theirs? Because it's a lot easier for us to fix other people's problems. You ever seen somebody you just know what to do to make them fix their problem? Why don't they just get rid of that guy and your problems will go away, right?
Yes, sir.
It's so much easier to point at other people's problems than to point at our own problems. Sports fans in here? Man, all you have to do, I'd work harder. You see somebody who's a sports guy, you go, why didn't he do this? All he needed to do is, he could be a better person. He could be a better athlete. Well, why don't you do that? Stop worrying about what he needs to do. Start worrying about what you need to do. You're supposed to maximize your potential. I love that. If I scored a touchdown, I wouldn't go and just, spike the ball, act like you've been there before. You wouldn't be there anyway because you wouldn't have got up at 4 o'clock in the morning, run all the stuff you needed to run, do push-ups, do the sit-ups, do everything you needed to do for 4 years at college when you weren't paid to do it, and then finally get drafted to get to a point where you still have people you have to beat to get a chance to get on the field to catch the touchdown. Celebrate. You wouldn't have done all of that. You want to be put where you caught the ball and celebrate then. So focus on you and what you need to fix and stop worrying about how to fix everybody else's problem. Okay? You notice I haven't said anything about mutual fund yet? Because again, I can sit, here's the best mutual fund to put it in. You ain't fixed these problems, we got nothing at all to fix. Search for seek wisdom. If anything you ever want to do has already been done and put in some sort of book. It's already been done by a lot of other people and put in some sort of book. We live in the information age where I can pull out my phone and find out who won the Oscar in 1962. We live in the information age. You've seen a bunch of people talk about, Twitter. I learned stuff about Twitter, about Facebook, and about delegating. That's why I give it to somebody else to do. So they do Twitter. I know somebody asked, how'd you learn about this stuff? She went somewhere where the information was already at and then put it to herself and then used it in the business. Anything you want to do has already been done. All you need to do is find the people who've done it and go ask them questions. Anytime you want to build a business, again, there's 10, 12 people that have already done it, probably in a 12-mile radius of you. Go buy them lunch. Say, tell me what you did wrong, what you did right, what you wouldn't do again, and I'll buy you lunch. And successful people want to tell other successful people how to do it. Unsuccessful people don't want to give you any information because they're afraid you're going to steal their idea. So go talk to somebody who's done exactly what you want. If you want to know how to make millions in acting, wouldn't you go talk to LL Cool J? If you want to know how to make millions and also in rapping, wouldn't you go to talk to LL Cool J? If you want to make some abs, when you talk to LL, you realize he's maximized his potential in just 3 areas that I know. No telling, I don't know what kind of father he is. I don't know what kind of, is he married?
Yes.
Y'all know. But I don't know those sides of his life, but I know those 3. He's done really, really well in that. So maybe I don't want to know what kind of father he is. Because not everybody's great, nobody's all perfect, nobody's all evil. So find out what you need and go talk to that person. So seek wisdom, find it out. Listen, your thinking got you to as far as you wanted to go right now today.
Amen.
Can't go any further, you got to learn something else. And here's the other thing, you got to make as many mistakes as possible. And you won't live long enough to make those mistakes. So go find from other people's mistakes and don't make those mistakes and make better mistakes. Become a person of action, the people that drive me nuts, the ones sitting on the fence.
Man.
They got all kinds of plans of what they're going to do after this episode of CSI is over with. They're just sitting on the fence. They'll get up, go make a mistake, and then go do it again. As I say in our class all the time, go play in traffic. Go play in traffic. You'll figure it out. See, what's lucky, if I had you run across Midlothian here, you run in traffic, you're going to get hit and die. See, in our world, you get to go and make mistakes all the time and learn from those mistakes. And you go, maybe I need to be a little bit faster this way. I need to be, slower this way. I need to dodge this way, dodge that way. It's like a video game. You get shot, you die, you get to come back. You get to do that in your life and business all the time. Go make a mistake, go learn from that. You got 2 things. You either win or lose. It's not winning or losing, it's winning and learning. That's it. It's the only 2 you got. And you sit. I hate those bitches. You do nothing. Have a decided heart. When you decide where you're going to go, there's nothing stopping you. I'm sorry. When you decide where you go, there's plenty to stop you on the way. You just ain't seeing it anymore. Hurdles are those things that, are in your way when you take your eyes off the goal. They just keep coming at you, just whatever. You figure out a way. That's another blessing I have. You give me something, everything has bad and good in it, so give me something bad, I'm going to find something good, I'm going to keep that way. This place burns down tomorrow, we'll figure it out. I got online stuff. I have been back in my living room. And I literally did start these classes in my living room, and our point of sale to people was, we're going to fix you biscuits and gravy and pancakes once you come by, and we'll teach you this stuff. Did it free. Free. And people, I'm busy. So you say, this is where I'm going to go, and people will come into your path and help you out along the way. People get in your path and not help you, and people will get in your path and say, I want to help you get there. I see you wanting to help yourself. I love finding people who want to help themselves. Like, what can I do to help them? Those other people who don't want to help themselves, they want to complain, I love them too, because they're fun to play with. I got this excuse and this excuse and this excuse. I got a whole class on like that 18 different excuses you have, and here's the answer for them. Just go on, pick yours and move on. Next, did you click over there? Did you click back over
I moved.
there? I need your IT person.
Oh.
Choose happiness. You have every day you get up, you can choose to be unhappy or be happy. Choose it. I'm gonna get up today, I'm gonna be happy. But my car broke down, whatever. You can choose to be upset about it or choose to do something about it. I take it to another level. What's the worst thing that happened to you in a day? Give me the absolute worst. Come on, one of y'all figure it out. What's the absolute worst thing that happened to you in a day?
Die.
You die, right? I get exactly. I'm glad. If the worst thing that can happen to you is die, and I'm a believer in Christ, and I get to go to heaven, what worse can happen? I got shot. I get to go to heaven. Great day. You know what I'm saying? Or what if you get shot and you paralyzed and you have to lay in the bed? Did I just not tell you how naps are awesome? I will find something positive in everything. Does that mean that everything is positive? Yeah, I've got a 14-year-old son. He passed away tomorrow. Am I going to be hurt? I'm going to be devastated. But also he gets to go to heaven. It's going to hurt. Let me find positive in it. Let me bring strength from that and find something else that we can do. So everything got positive. I'm not an optimist. I can be optimistic all I want, jump off the top of this building, I'm going to break my neck. I'm a realist. But I'm not going to be a pessimist. Pessimist gets you nowhere. Anybody been successful? Anybody been successful and who's just negative about everything? I can't do nothing. Well, let me give me $40 million. Because if they do, they're eventually going to spend it anyway and be out of money. Forgiving others. The number one person you have to forgive? Yourself. It's okay. Forgive yourself. You did wrong. Fix it. Forgive other people. You can spend anybody had a mortal enemy? Just, I can't stand this person. How much energy do you spend not like, and I'm talking as a person who's done that. Man, if I can get back at this person, how much energy and time, money, all that stuff you end up spending? How much you just end up spending fighting, I want to get back at this person, when you could use that energy for something else? It ain't do nothing. Persist without exception. What if something bad happens? Whatever. What if something good happens? Whatever. There's a saying that it's never as good as it seems, never as bad as it seems. You ever had oh man, this is the best relationship I've ever had in my life, it's wonderful. And then later, he's an alcoholic, I didn't even realize that. Never as good as it seems, never as bad as it seems. Oh my God, my car's broken down, it's horrible. Oh, I'll never be able to get this money to fix this car. Never as good as it seems, never as bad as it seems. You stay pretty level. You've heard several people talk about consistency. I'll pick up the consistency. It's just you stay level, never as good as it seems, never as bad as it seems. Ever had somebody, I'm the best person in the world at what I do, and you just can't wait until they fall on their face. Because it's never as good as it seems, never as bad as it seems. I got a huge list right there. Those are your 8. The buck stops. You take personal responsibility, work on being the best you can be, search for understanding and discernment, seek wisdom, be a person of action, have a decided heart, choose happiness, forgive others, and persist. Persist without exception. There's the one I have for the persist without. Yeah, there was this is not a true story, so I'm gonna make it up completely. You ever heard of rain dancing before? The Native Americans used to do rain dances. Well, one tribe would do rain dancing over and over. And they have rain every time they did a rain dance. And then the other one would do rain dance and rain sometimes, didn't rain other times. So the one that had trouble with it, they went and talked to the one who did it all the time. They said, hey, how do y'all do? I mean, are we doing something different, wrong? I don't dance. Are we doing something? How should we do it? They said, well, when you do it, you do your rain dance and then you stop. We dance until there's rain.
Ooh.
And then we're good.
I like that.
So there's a lot of people, I've tried really hard for like a month. Well, I've tried really hard for a lifetime. Who's going to win? I got more. Who's this guy? He's not as sexy as LL, I know. John Wooden. Yeah, some people don't know. John Wooden, he was, anybody college basketball fans? Coach John Wooden, okay. He he did romantic stuff, like he was married to his wife for 90 years, but she actually, no, not 90, I'm sorry, he was like 50, 60 years. But she actually passed away 20 years into their marriage, and he still wrote her notes every day and sent it to her. He persists without exception. He just had these building blocks. He like won 11 or 13 different championships with UCLA, you know, when it was hard to win. I mean, you couldn't, all this stuff. So he's got all these quotes, and he focused on making better men, not better basketball players. And he said, you don't worry about what the other team does. You be the best you can be, and trust me, you'll beat the other team. They went undefeated for years, but in the beginning, they were horrible. A horrible team. It took them a while to get, in this day and age, if a coach doesn't do really well for like a year, it's gone. We need to win right away. He took some time. He finally got in, and everybody won. But he says, one of my favorite ones, do not mistake activity for achievement. How many people are busy? Accomplishing what? Here's this exercise for you. There are 168 hours in a week. I want you to actually figure out how many hours you actually do something that's achieving something. You will not, I love when people, I'm busy. I sit there 168 hours. You sleep for how many? Oh, 6. I don't even get 8 hours sleep. Great, you just gave me more hours. I go, how often do you work? I work 40, sometimes 50 hours. I put that down there too. I just keep writing. What else you got? And then they get to they're still at 100 hours. They're like, well, you know, I've got a Desperate Housewives come on. I'm like, is that achieving anything? Well, you know, there's I've got a drive. I just you know, the Redskins play was 3 hours. I gotta watch that. I mean, are you achieving anything? You will still won't add up all your hours. You know what you do a lot of times? Nothing that accomplishes anything. So I love that one. Are you mistaken? So look at you. Are you doing something that's achieving something, or just activity? Are you busy? We are the busiest society ever in the world. We just busy. Busy doing what? Living, existing, not accomplishing. So here's what stops you from everything. There's a little thing called resistance, and I'm going to show you what resistance is. Has anybody ever said, it's going to be a great weekend, I've got nothing on my schedule, I'm going to accomplish all the things on my to-do list, and you sit on the couch, you get up that morning, you're feeling excited about life, you sit on the couch real quick, I'm going to just catch this show. Or, nowadays, I'm just going to look at my email real quick. And then the next thing you know, it's midnight. I'm tired.
That's true.
I thought it was just me that felt this way. You tell me if I'm wrong too. I used to sit and watch football, sit on the couch, and then I said, you know what, I need to go cut the lawn. And there was just like this force right here, just pushing me, like inside me, just push, like, no. No, don't need to get up. You're comfortable. You reach everything you want from right here. If you can't, your son can reach it. And if it's too far, get the wife to do it. You know what I mean? I thought it was just me. Well, see, it's resistance. Some people call it the devil. I think it's not the devil, it's still you.
Yes, it is.
You know, oh, the devil got me. No, it didn't. You got you. So it's resistance. What is resistance? It's whenever you set a goal for yourself, you meet resistance. So that's that thing right here that says you can't do it. It has only one strategy, distract you from your lofty goal. Anybody, okay, it's about to be January 1st where everybody sets their goals. What does it make January 1st is the day you're supposed to set all your goals? What decided that? This time last year, I weighed 222 pounds.
No.
Really? 222 pounds. Am I wrong? 222 pounds. And I had said all the time, if I'm going to be, once I hit 200, I'm going to do something about it. Because I am blessed with a metabolism. Growing up, you know what I'm saying? You say, hey, I'm eating this cheeseburger. Milkshake. I told you I love them. But it's and I said, I'm going to do something different. I'm actually going to, but I started working out December 1st. I'm like, I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to wait till December 1st. Lost 40 pounds. Wow. Was it easy? No. It's simple. Eat less than what you were eating before in the right type of way. Do some push-ups, do some sit-ups, do a little P90X and insanity. I did it all. I mean, I was running and sanitizing, everything. 3 months later, I was at 180. Wow. Was it easy? Still ran a business, had a family, did all that. No, it wasn't easy. I had to stop being busy. I can't just run right now. I mean, shoot. Virginia Tech's about to play. They're going to need me to cheer for them. But you say, I've got a lofty goal, I'm going to go out, and what it does, it makes you small pleasures along the way that says, this is way more important than this. Anybody ever, unfortunately, know somebody with an alcohol or drug problem? It's really no different. They just happen to have AA and all this stuff for that. Procrastination, all that stuff is absolutely a drug problem. They just happen to know they have a formula. It's not acceptable to have an alcohol or drug problem. It's absolutely acceptable to have a procrastination problem in our country. So we'll go, that's fine, we don't need a program for that. It's just as bad as an alcohol problem. See the types of resistance: procrastination, instant gratification, abuse of alcohol, abuse of junk food, excessive television, excessive internet, troublemaking, grandstanding, personal and family drama, playing the victim of our being cruel and critical of others. All that is resistance.
Wow.
But you know, oh man, everything always happens to me. No, you make everything always happen to you. You ever? Don't have to point anybody here. Let them know. But the holidays are coming up. You know that person who makes sure they plan everything, cook everything, put it all together, and at the end complain because they had to do everything. But you're the one who decided to do it. Well, if I don't do it, it won't get done. People will eat. They will find out a way. That's playing the victim. Oh, I had to cook so much. You decided to cook so much. So it's next time you point, man, they got a drug problem. Man, you got a procrastination problem. Why don't you fix that? Because it's just stopping. The one I normally give, y'all ever, when Tiger Woods got in trouble for what Tiger Woods did in his personal life, I immediately said, he go, why? He had everything. He had a beautiful wife, great kids, making bazillions of dollars. And then why would he go and screw it all up for something on the side? Resistance. Immediately, as soon as I saw the press conference, resistance, I needed to find a way to screw it up. There's no difference in what you do when you say, I want some more chocolate. So, procrastination is your number one resistance. And then what the problem is, you rationalize it. You say, you know, I'm going to rationalize this. You know why it says rational? You rationally lie to yourself that it's true. And it could be anything. If you say you want to be, it could be something that's very, very important. If you say you want to be a prize fighter, that is what your ultimate goal is, to be a prize boxing fighter, and you go to medical school, is medical school a very important thing? It's my phone, sir.
It is, but not the prize fight.
But that wasn't your goal. So medical school and people who are doctors are very important people, but that wasn't your goal. So as you rationalize it, I'm going to do this instead of what my actual goal is. I bet if you change your goal to doctor, you want to be a prize fighter. We automatically start moving in the other direction. It's habitual. You get up one day and do the same, and then it becomes anybody ever miss church? No, you don't have to raise your hand. I'll just 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Easter, Christmas. Am I wrong? I started that workout program, and I knew if I stopped one day, I wouldn't want to do the rest of it, because one day becomes two, two becomes a month, month becomes a year, year becomes a lifetime. Oh, by the way, mutual funds are not as good as you think they are. What causes resistance? Any pursuit of calling of writing, painting, music, film, dance, or any creative art. Launching an entrepreneurial venture. Any diet or health regimen. Any activity whose aim is tighter abs. Any spiritual advancement, any course and program designed to overcome unwholesome habits, any kind of education whatsoever. Any act of political or moral ethical courage, including the decision to change for better some unworthy pattern or our thought or conduct in ourselves. So I had a entrepreneurial program about education. I'm like, man, oh, by the way, this is not me. I stole this. Again, the information's out there. I just spoke to me when I read it. I thought I was the only one. But I read this and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm creating a business about education and finances. Nobody's coming to this school. Nobody. And undertaking an enterprise endeavor whose aim is to help others. Truly help others. Not just be a martyr. Oh, I'm helping so many people. You just make yourself feel good by telling everybody. Any commitment of the heart, decision to get married, to have a child, or whether a rocky patch in a relationship. By the way, I do marital counseling too, not on purpose. Because people come to me, oh, I got a problem. I go right away. You want to solve a lot of the people who come to you? If you're that type of person, they come to you with their problems, say, do you want me to listen or fix it?
Ooh, I like that.
That's immediately what I say. Do you want me to listen or fix it? They got one chance for me to listen. I want to listen. Great. I want you to listen. Great. They have as long as they want, because they'll tire themselves out. Then they're done, and they go, okay. I go, great, have a great day, and I go back to what I'm doing. I listen. They want you to feed into it. So doing that, I asked one person, marital going, I said, hey, do you want me to listen or fix it? Fix it. Not give my opinion. Fix it. So I fixed it. Now, if I go to fix it and they come back to me with the same problem, I said, I gave you the answer to fix it. You chose not to. Why am I listening to this? Because this is not achievement. This is activity. So I had somebody had marital issues. I said, here's how to fix it. Fix it. And they were like, I said, marriage was for better or for worse? You know, when you said that, it's for or worse. Well, I thought it would just be financial problems. It doesn't say or worse, only financial problems, and if he has a bad day, you can deal with it 1 week, but not past a month, and it's for worse. Not only if he has health issues, for worse. So you chose to do that, get through it. Talk to each other, say, I got this problem, and then fix it, and then move on, and do something else. They so happy now. They happy. Holding hands happy. Taking any principle stand in the face of adversity. In other words, any act which disdains short-term gratification in favor of long-term growth. Okay, now let me relate this back to finance. Should you save for retirement? Should everybody save for retirement? How long is retirement? It's a long way away, right? No matter what your age is, it's always a long way away. By the way, it's funny, I've talked to a lot of people. If I ask a person who is less than 30 years old and I say, when do you want to retire? 50. It's always their answer. 50. There's no way I'm working past 50. The day they hit 30, it's either 65 or never. Wow. It's your mentality switch. Oh, 50 is right around the corner. Because I've already lived half of it. Oh my God. I'm never going to retire. So I'm going to give up. Done. Now, will we ever tell our kids they can't accomplish something? Then why do we tell ourselves that all day? So people say, you know what? I could save for retirement, or I could buy this new TV. TV. And by the way, in most relationships, there's a saver and a spender. In some relationships, there's a spender and a spender. Those break up real quick. What's the number one reason for divorce? Money. Not the stuff you see on Jerry Springer or Moria. Just kidding. You are not the father. You are the father. Why do they always boo the guys when he comes out? There have been some girls that said not the father. He got a chance. Give the guy a chance. Anyway. But it's so I tell people, you say for retirement, for long term. Well, I can't get the TV right now. You can get the TV, you just can't have it right now. So you're supposed to spend and save, do both. I'm the spender in my relationship. My wife's the saver. Y'all surprise you, don't you? Yeah. I love spending. It's awesome. I get new stuff. I have a committee of people I have to check with before I spend my own money. Wow. And I have to convince 3 of the 5, or I won't spend it. I'm a spender. I got a drug habit. We do no different than if we had an alcohol or drug problem. Talk to somebody who fix it. Feeding resistance. Defeating resistance is like giving birth. It seems absolutely impossible until you remember women have been pulling it off successfully with and without support forever. Think about it. So here's what you do. You join the battle. You decide to become pro. I'm going to get up every day and beat resistance. And then I'm going to do it again tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. I'm going to help you with the example I normally give is, you ever seen the Terminator? I think it was the 3rd one. Where the guy, he break him up and he became like little silvery, like liquid stuff. And if he had just one little molecule left, he'd find the other molecules become it. That's what resistance is. You give him just a little bit, it'll become it, and it's big again. Then, I'm back. You're not working out today. You're not saving money today. his problems, or he's causing you problems, you need to get out. You know, it becomes big again. So you gotta fight it every day. If you lose one day, you gotta get up and fight it again. Don't rely on others for validation. That's why I say look in the mirror and decide, did you do everything you possibly could do that day? And if you say yes, then you are fine. If you say no, then fix it tomorrow. There is no mystery to turn pro. It's a decision brought by the act and will. We will make up our minds to view ourselves as pros. Anybody ever hate their job? I don't want to get you in trouble. You hate your job, but you get up and still do it. So it's in you to become a pro. You still got up. You got there 5 minutes late. Left 5 minutes early. But you still did it, right? And hated it. You learned to walk, you learned to talk. Everybody here walked in here and been talking. So it's in you to become a pro. You just decide my goals are way more important than me little short-term stuff. And unfortunately, most of that stuff, I heard the lady before, she was great when she said she wanted to have different people and different, men, women, gay, straight, married. I love, anybody who's ever been in my class, I got married, single, guys, girls, old, I got 80-year-old, and I got 18-year-olds. I got people that are millionaires in our classes, and I got people who owe $1 million to people. They are all over the place. You know, the common denominator, they want to better themselves financially. Wow. So it doesn't matter who you are, what you are, you just better yourselves financially. Can't be reasoned with. The person that looks up and looks down and says, there's only one place I can fix it, and that's within me. By the way, when you get really close to the goal, that's when danger, they throw everything. So, and here's the last thing I'll go over. I could have gone over, I have financial stuff at the end, but I don't want to take up everybody's day. Often couples and close friends, even entire families, will enter into a compact where each individual pledges unconsciously to remain mired in the same slough in which he or she or her cronies have become comfortable with. Basically, when you're around your family, your friends, and you spend a whole bunch of time with resisting each other, let's talk more about gossipy things. Yeah. Exactly. And if somebody comes to you and they want to talk gossipy and you know you're supposed to be doing something else, you go, and you're sitting there, and the next thing you know, it's midnight. Yeah, we did it. We didn't do anything today. High five, everybody. As soon as the family starts doing really well, then, your sister got to act crazy. Oh, I got to go fix that. She needs me to fix it. She's an adult. She don't need you to do it. You have barely enough control over yourself, let alone control over somebody else. So work on yourself. Be an example to other people. That's what the highest treason a crab can commit is to make a leap from the end of the bucket. The example I give, if you put the lady from Maryland, the lady, because my family's from Maryland, you put one crab in a bucket and a whole bunch of crabs in another bucket, you got to put a lid on the one that's one crab because he can get out. You have a whole bunch of crabs, they grab each other and pull them down, they can't get out. Mm-hmm. So there's no reason to put a lid on it. Your family and your friends do the same thing. Mm-hmm. It's grabbing. What are you doing? Being successful and stuff. Mm-hmm. Over here, because you're messing up my story. Because if we came from the same family or the same background and you become successful, people will look at me and go, why am I not successful? Mm-hmm. So you need to stay right here. High five. Wow. The awakening person must be ruthless, not only with yourself, but with others. Cut them off. If they're a true friend, once you make a break, you can turn around for your buddies who catch his trousers on the barbed wire. If they're a true friend, they would tell you, keep going. Wow. Keep going. The story, there's a Matt Damon, and I always forget the name of him, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, he had, the Matt Damon was really, really smart, but he was a janitor at the school. Goodwill Hunting. Goodwill Hunting, thank you. I always forget the name. I tell the story and I forget. There's two stories in there that are absolutely two lines in this. One was when he was hitting on the girl at the thing, and he ended up getting the girl's phone number, and he sees a guy who he's fighting with, sees him at a restaurant later. He goes, "You like apples?" And the guy goes, "Yeah, I like apples." He said, "Great. I got her number. How you like them apples?" First of all, that's a great line. It had nothing to do with anything else I was talking about. That was a great line. I can't wait to use it, but I've been married for like 16 years. I just want to go to a random person. I got her number. How you like them apples? Huh? But the main part, the one I point this out is because he was with a whole bunch of other hoodlums that always got in fights, and he was a smart kid. who kept, keeping himself down because he wanted to be fit in with everybody else there. And his friend, Ben Affleck says, Ben Affleck says, I was hoping one day I would go to your door and ring the doorbell and you won't be there. Wow. That you would have gone on and left us behind. Now, I can't say that with the rest of the friends around, but he pulls him aside because he's a true friend. He said, I hope that one day I go to your door, I ring the doorbell, and I come, and you don't come out and hang with us the rest of the day, that you have gone on and decided to be something special and the best, maximize your potential. And at the end of the movie, and by the way, if I'm ruining it, it's been around since 1980 something. Okay? He rings the doorbell and he comes out. He rings the doorbell, he comes out, and he's not there. So Ben puts a smile on his face and he gets back in the car and they take off. Because he's decided to maximize his potential and be something better than what he is. So I can go whole through, we have classes on finances, talking about product, but we also talk about mindset, because if I can give you all the best information in the world, if you don't know how to use it, your mind doesn't know how to use it, doesn't matter. So we have classes on both of those. We have kids classes, which we had today. While I'm running here, I was running over there. We have women's classes. We have faith and finance, we were talking before. We go through the entire Bible from beginning to end, good, bad, and ugly, from beginning to end in 10 weeks. And they talk about money more than heaven and hell combined in the Bible. So we talk about your biblical financial principles too. The one we've always had is our adult one, where we have all kinds of people in all kinds of situations that are there just to learn. We also teach people to get into the financial industry, because unfortunately there's a lot of shysters out there. When I say a lot, I mean most of them. And what their job is, they have information that you don't have, and they want to use it against you to make them more profitable. And I think it's better to pull back the curtain, show the good and the bad, the ugly of the financial industry, and say, here, pick what's best for you, not what's best for my pockets or anybody else's pockets. What's best for you? So we have all those types of classes and everything. But the number one thing is mindset. If you don't fix this, it doesn't matter what mutual fund I tell you. And is mutual funds good or bad?
Bad.
They're not the best. There's a lot of stuff out there. Now, y'all learned something about finances and how you're financing, right? So, with that, I know I've gone way over what I needed to go over.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Wow. We have some great presenters here today. We really do. Lots of valuable information, stuff that you heard, stuff you didn't even really think about. Larry's got it going on. Okay, we're going to take another commercial break. We have to take it so that we can transition. And we're going to bring on the next speaker in 3 minutes. We're going to keep rolling along. Now, we had a couple of dents throughout the day, so instead of ending at 4, we might just have to go on until 5. But the information is so great, I'll know you'll hang around. Okay, so we're going to take a commercial break and be back with our next presenter.
Wrote myself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, and I gave myself 5 years, or 3 years maybe, and I dated it Thanksgiving 1995, and I put it in my wallet and I kept it there, and it deteriorated and stuff, but then just before Thanksgiving 1995, I found out that I was going to make $10 million on, I think it was Dumb and Dumber, maybe.
Dumb and Dumber, yeah.
When a seed is planted in the ground, all you can do is water it. You cannot control the sunshine, you cannot control the weather, and you cannot control whether the locusts will come and try and destroy it. All you can do is plant your seed in the ground, water it, and believe. That is what allowed me to be in this position right now. I would not stop believing.
You're good. If you go just a little bit to the
Just don't take no for an answer. I mean, I think if you believe in what you're doing, many people will tell you, why you're mistaken, why it'll never work. But if you really believe passionately in what you're doing, just keep going, keep pushing on, and then if you don't succeed, pick yourself up and try again, and ultimately, if you're that determined, you will succeed in life.
This is a major opportunity. This is a major lifetime event for you. In all of the years that I've been doing this, only one person has quit, left. I've been amazed that there's only been one person, because some people, and sometimes you really suffer. It's very tough.
People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true, and the reason is
So that's why I said.
Yeah, that's perfect. I think that's perfect. Okay, you're on.
Our next presenter is, actually, we were just talking, and she is from Milledgeville, born in Milledgeville, Georgia.
Yes.
But she's lived here in the Richmond area since the age of 6. I'm excited because Shervette is a member of the Virginia Gospel Announcers Guild. Can you sing?
No, I cannot sing.
Well, what she does do, she is the owner of Mitchell Productions. It is a company that creates and provides stylish websites. And she also has a radio talk show called the Shervette Mitchell Radio Show. It broadcasts live on Blog Talk Radio. So we're going to let her get right into telling you what it is she does so very well.
Great. Thank you so much for the gracious invitation to be here, for all those that are here physically and all of our virtual participants. We are glad to be here again. I'm Shervette Mitchell, and 3 buckets of things that I do. As she mentioned before, I create websites under Mitchell Productions LLC, and then I also host an internet radio show, a talk show on Blog Talk Radio. It airs live, and then it's also carried on 3 other internet radio stations. And then I'm also a media coach for those that are preparing to interview, preparing to do radio interviews, such as artists, authors, anyone seeking media attention. And then I also coach those that want to get into internet radio, talk radio. So today's session, today we're going to talk about, are you media ready? Are you ready for the media? It could be an author, it could be a speaker, it could be a business owner. You could be selling cupcakes, you could be selling potato salad, you could be doing any of those things. You could have an event coming up that you want to promote. And what I want to talk about today is, are you ready for media attention? A lot of people want to be on TV. A lot of people want to be in radio, featured on radio. A lot of people want to be featured in print media, but are you ready? So the first thing I want to do is kind of talk about what is media, because with this day and age of information, social media, online media, your opportunity for media outlets have greatly expanded. So we know the traditional TV, you have your national platforms, your national shows, your national talk shows, national news shows. Then you have regional, and then you have your local TV. So we all know that. But you also want to think about expanding that now with venues such as Ustream, YouTube, web series,
there are people who have audiences that are watching on the internet, and so that is a part of media that you want to take into consideration and you don't want to leave out or you don't want to discount. Let's think about radio. So radio, traditional, you think about your nationally syndicated radio shows on FM, you think about AM radio shows, you think about your local FM, your local AM, but expand your thinking. College radio has now become very